The views, thoughts, and opinions on this podcast belong only to the hosts and the guests. They don't necessarily reflect any organization or sponsors connected to us. We aim to keep things accurate, but everything you hear is shared for information, conversation, and entertainment. We're going to dive into good laughs, tough talks, and that genuine feel that you came for. So get comfortable, relax into the vibe, and let the moment unfold. This is Keep It Clean. Lock in.
Because if that means if saying it now, did you always say it? Then two, if you saying it now,
is this needed? Is it acceptable? Does it change up everything? What's y'all thoughts? Did it make any sense? There's a game that's second place. Yes, that's second place. There's a second place.
Tell me why I'm watching a game on ESPN. One of the banners in the background is YouTube TV for the game, but we can't even watch it. How does that make sense?
$20. I don't want no $20. I want the game.
And every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.
If I could have them $20 back as many times as YouTube TV has kind of squared us during this World Cup finals, I think they owe me some interest, dog. They do. How in the middle of the game you just gonna freeze up, man? It's a 2-2 game. We over here in stoppage time, and then all of a sudden I get the circle of death. They brought back the Xbox 360. You remember the ring of death?
Yeah.
You remember that ring, bro?
Yeah, that was dreadful to see that, man.
Yeah, man. You now it's PTSD. How many eras of circle of death have we seen? From the Xbox to the MacBook. The MacBook's another one. That little, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get that off my chest early, man. But y'all here. We're back. We got the pick and roll team today, right? We might have someone joining, but it don't really matter because we appreciate y'all being here. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to keep it a buck. It's time to keep it a bean. It's time to keep it clean. And we gonna fire off into this episode. Just remind you where to find us. That's really quick. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter at Keep It Clean Show, Instagram at The Keep It Clean Show. And we're going to get straight into it. Abe, good sir, you're talking to your inner self, childhood you, back in the day, young Abe, right? All maybe a buck soaking wet. Okay. What is the character that you watched on TV that younger you and current you would still dress up as?
Ooh. That's funny. Because you got to think. Grown man, what am I going to get dressed up in?
Yep. You know what I'm saying? When you age.
Yeah, I feel you. I'd probably still put on a Darth Vader outfit. I'm not gonna lie to you. That one would probably still, because I got grown men money now. So like I could go get the actual outfit. Like I ain't gotta go get that little plastic one you like throw over your face. Like I go buy an actual helmet, get somebody to do the I think I'd still do that.
Okay.
What about you?
Power Ranger. Green, preferably Green Ranger. Yeah, man. Green Ranger fit because same as you saying. I got grown money costume now. grown man costume money. Full helmet. Full helmet. I got shoulder pads.
So you would do green over white?
Yes, because truth be told, Green Ranger was the White Ranger was cool. Don't get me wrong. What the Green Ranger was doing.
Okay.
1v5.
You're going based off of how what the character was doing, not how the outfit was.
I think the fit harder. Like the
you
white
like the green better. Okay. Yeah. That white one with like the chest piece and everything, that was crazy. So that'd have just been me.
But you know what it is? It's the accents for the Green Ranger because you have to remember he had the gold armbands and the knife. Because of course, if I'm talking to childhood me, and we both dressing up. A part of the outfit, you gotta have the Megazord that's like on the side. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'm going Green Ranger. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Green Ranger, man.
Okay.
If you were to tell your childhood self the story of Darth Vader, you still think he would like him?
Yep.
Okay.
Fell in love with him back then just based off of what I was watching, and I knew the story because 4, 5, and 6 had already came out, so I'd already figured it out.
So what we're telling the people essentially is we had some anger in our hearts as kids.
No, what we tell the people is we saw the world for what it was, not what they were selling me on. I knew what good and bad was, but I saw the blurred line very easy.
Because we both pick wish you would type characters.
No, this is facts.
You got to get the characters like all y'all been putting belt to ass on me. Who can I beat?
Yep. Yeah.
Give me these powers. All right, man. Outside of that, bro, how was your week this past week, man? What you been up to? Highlights, lowlights, man. What's good with Abe?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I got my my winner and my bozo already. If you ready to hear it.
Man, I'm trying to hear about you. Then we can get there. Yeah, you trying to talk about other people. I'm trying to talk about you.
Yeah, my fault. I'm doing good, man. Family's good. Everybody's good. So can't complain.
Hey, we love you, Abe. Come on, bring him.
I feel the love, though. You said. I'm doing good, man. I can't complain.
Okay, man. I do gotta get this out there right quick. You know, I love a good homie court, even if it's subjecting self, right?
Okay.
I'm going to tie this since you brought up the solo. So I'm talking about me and I'm getting my solo out the way first, right? Or part of it. All right. So I received a hilarious message from one of our brethren in the Keep It Clean chat. You know, he hit me on the side, even said he wasn't sure whether to put it out there or not. Right. So a message to the fellas. You're going to be presented things from your significant other that might be outside your scope. All I ask is for you to do the math. And Abe, you know what this math looks like. How do I win? That's usually where it starts, right? And if there's nothing that you can win with, where does it add value? Those are the two questions I ask myself for almost everything I do. So with that being said, situation came up where the wife wanted to do a photo shoot, right? A little risque photo shoot. Cool. All right. Me being, high yellow, that's not absurd in my bag. But
high yellow.
It's not absurd for me to do that. If anything, it might be fitting to a stereotype, but cool. So we get out here, we do the photo shoot, cool. The lady that shoots the photos for us, she asked, can she like post behind the scenes, whatever the case may be. I don't care. It is what it is. So boom, Bodega hits me talking about, hey, my mans, I wanted to send a voice message because I didn't know how else to say this in words. He said, I'm just following through. You know how you follow. I see y'all follow somebody on Instagram, so I follow them too because I see, they popped up in who you may know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just happened to be this white lady, whatever. And it's like, so I'm in there, and then all of a sudden there's these pictures being taken. I said, what in the Tyler Perry was this, bro? Bodega.
What the Tyler Perry?
He said, what's this? And he said, man, I promise you, I wasn't looking, but it's like, I just want to let you know, bro, like you do got a strong back, because that's what
oh my god,
you got a strong back.
No.
But I say that to say, so part of it we did questions. The photographer asked us, like, because it was a couple shoot, and she usually doesn't do couple shoots. She predominantly works with women, so she asked us to answer some questions to try to motivate more couples to do it, especially from the guy side, because guys are a little hesitant, which I never thought of, because why would you feel uncomfortable taking pictures with your lady, especially when she's the focus of it? Then at the same time, it's like, nah, we don't really touch on some of our insecurities out loud like that. Like this, not only is it not my world or usually the typical guy world, but you being posed up, you supposed to get into this more jolly, quote unquote, sexy mood and everything, right? Like you trying to get comfortable, and that's not your speed. And I thought about that. I said, dang, man, like as men, we really do We really do. It's like when you're supposed to be rugged and tough all the time, you trying to mellow down and everything. And again, like, it's just up my alley. I didn't think twice about it. I win here. More of the story, I was going to win, and she feel better whenever they feel better. Obviously, you win, but I didn't process that. So when we run into those roads, especially us in our 30s, hey, easy wins don't come to the basket like that all the time. When you don't even really have to do nothing but jump and just catch the lob and drop it, just drop it, you gotta do so. You gotta do so, man.
So moral of the story is when an easy lob comes your way, throw it down.
Strong back. That's what you do. That's the moral of the story.
I'm not talking about your strong back. I'm not talking about your strong back on here. So we can just move this on if you don't mind.
Come on, man. I give you confidence on your muscles if you hey.
I don't want you to be real. Hey, man. Just call me one of the people that's going through trying to get there. How about that? You look good, David. There you go. I'll give you that. I ain't doing the specifics. You know what I mean? We good.
I feel you, man. Okay, what you got for us this week for the solos?
So solo is as far as the WNBA, I'm actually gonna give you a shout. But the only shout is really coming towards one player specifically. Olivia Miles.
She's so nice.
If you haven't watched her, time to. And this is someone who's talking to you from a perspective of I'm not watching every WNBA game. I'm really not tuned in to when they play, all this other stuff. I'm just keeping it clean. But what I will tell you is when I watch Olivia Miles, it is like watching grown men play with kids in a basketball sense. She is out there doing whatever she wants. She is a literal highlight show every time she plays, and she's doing it all with some goggles on. I'm just telling you, the girl is cold. She's cold, and I'm watching it going. She's rookie of the year by far. It's not even a competition. If anybody else comes into the conversation, it's just based off of politics. So just let it be what it is. But she's rookie of the year. If she got hurt today and didn't play the rest of the season, I'm being for real. And secondly, she might be MVP worthy. And that's not just, going off the strength of the hype. She might be MVP worthy. So if you don't have her on your scope right now, you need to. She's averaging 18, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. 18.6
per game. Yeah.
And that's a nice average because those are games where she's throwing up 31, 21, 22. Like she is nasty with it. And she's kind of like a Shea because she'll play 3 quarters and then sit most of the fourth because they don't need her.
Yep.
So, and she out there barking, talking, like it's an actual good game to watch if Olivia Miles is on the floor. Just keeping it above.
Especially the way they tried to downplay her coming into the season because of the draft. Like we didn't forget. And she went out there. She has to make the goggles a part of her logo. Like whenever she get that brand, like that's a given, right?
That somewhere has to be on the symbol. Yeah. That has to be part of the symbol for sure.
Yeah. Does it look even more not appetizing? That's not the word. Does it add even more effect, especially going into a season where the Caitlin Clark comeback was supposed to be the narrative? She has her new shoe out, and they got the new contract. They're saying the contracts she has a large reason to do with it. And it's not the greatest look. Where meanwhile she has her own story. Or can we say that now, after these last couple of years, we're starting to really, not us because we watch it, but we're starting to really appreciate the storylines that the WNBA is creating just in general?
I think so. As far as the Caitlin comment goes, that train's gonna run regardless because she is the steam engine that makes it go. So as long as she's on the floor, she's already brought the notoriety. She can have an average season and people will still view her as one of the top athletes. Yeah, that's just my opinion on her. She's a great athlete though. So it's not to say that she's not. But as far as like the Nike contract, stuff like that goes, I mean, you get paid what you're worth. And right now, Caitlin's worth 10 times over what she's making in the WNBA just by eyeballs alone. So as far as that goes, again, that engine and that motor is just gonna keep on running. I think Olivia is doing exactly what I would like it to be, and that's bringing the average viewer in. Because
Mm,
I'm not the like nobody. Because it's not like I don't watch a game ever, but I'm an average viewer, and now you're pulling me in closer,
yeah.
and that's being done by Olivia Miles right now rather than Caitlin Clark. I like Caitlin's game. I think she's a great shooter and everything else, but the flash and the flair of what Olivia is bringing is why most people watch the NBA, because a guy can go baseline, dunk it. He's got a turnaround, fade away over two people. There's flair and flash that happens in the NBA literally every other possession. So I think she's bringing that part to where it's bringing me closer.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Ev, you have solos. Can't
can't
hear
hear
you.
you. While he
Mm-hmm.
booting up, I'll tell you my bozo real quick. So
Go
my
ahead. Go
bozo
ahead.
is a WNBA. Stop messing with the money.
What they
Y'all out
do?
here, they out here beating Caitlin Clark up every time they get a chance. And the thing that they don't have, right, is they don't have the chance to go review it like the NBA does. So the
Yeah.
NBA will go look at a foul and be like, we're upgrading that to flagrant one. And they'll just do it. No questions asked. You can't refute it. It's done, right? The
Right.
WNBA, it's between the four lines, kind of like a pickup game. If it happens, it happens. You high five and you keep on moving. They are out here hurting Caitlin. Like, I know you mad. She the white girl that's getting attention. She could ball though. So like there's a big difference. It'd be different if she came in shooting up stuff like Angel Reese and then ain't getting it done. Yeah, I said it. So like, you know what I mean? Like if she's out here getting it done and she's got a team behind her that's supporting her, like Sophie Cunningham, she'd be the first one to be in somebody's face about it. That's her Draymond Green. Right. That's her Draymond Green. So like I'm with that energy. I love that. And they just got a new guard who's got her back like that too. Hey, go get all the bullies you can to protect her because they out here messing up the money. She just got y'all paid. She just got y'all paid. Like I understand we've been here, we've been hooping, we should have been paid. Okay, you weren't profitable. We've talked about all this before. Now you got a girl who's elevated the game, who's bringing the eyeballs. And I'm not saying treat her like Jordan. I didn't say nothing like that. All I'm saying is stop messing with the money. Quit trying to trip her and take her out and, mix her up in some type of bad foul and all that. Yeah, I know how to play ball without doing all that. Same way
Yeah.
we know how to play ball without doing all that. Stop messing with the money.
I, there's like a balance, and I'm in agreement with you. I understand that the refs aren't giving her the whistle that she was getting not last year, but the year before more so, because
Mhm.
last year she was injured for a decent amount of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Again.
so I want, yeah. I want to say she lost, will it be star player privilege per
Mm-hmm.
se? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's other players that in the MVP candidate race, Asia Wilson still Asia Wilson.
All day,
It's,
every day.
Asia Wilson
Kelsey
still
Plum.
Asia Wilson. Paige Buchers is probably second in the MVP race.
Hoopers. Yeah.
Yeah, with Olivia Miles being there. So it's like you are now starting to see the personalities kick in. Even Sophie Cunningham, like you mentioned, she's not as cold as some of the ladies that we have mentioned, but her personality off the court, her online persona has now leaned
Yeah.
over onto the court.
Yeah.
And I think what ended up happening, especially the way that Caitlin Clark had to sit down, we started to see other personalities bud, and then I thought that WNBA was trying to maximize on how many people they got, and then again in agreement with you, when you watch some of the fouls on playback, it's like, damn, like you didn't have to do that. I get making sure she knows it ain't sweet over here, and they were able to be in a position to where you don't have to rely on that Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark narrative no more. Like they've expanded beyond that, which is dope.
Yeah.
However, businesses don't walk away from a cash cow just because. You wait till it stops making you money. you wait till the market says it's not wanted. You don't
Right.
then be like, oh yeah, man, I done sold barbecue my whole life, but you know what? We're gonna switch to a vegan restaurant. That's what we're gonna do. Like out of
Vegan
nowhere.
barbecue. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Olivia Miles is so cold, and the WNBA has potential. I think the only thing holding it back, because Asia Wilson is the heavyweight name currently for the league. You're trying to find that next staple hold. Quiet is kept as far as play goes. I think is Paige.
For
But
sure.
the wings are dirt. The wing, so she doing numbers, but it's like, oh, the excuse of, well, they're on a bad team, and they're 11-6, which is a massive turnaround from last year. But then Olivia Miles, man, if they market Olivia appropriately, and then you bring in Juju next season, it's a WNBA. I'm looking. That's a WNBA.
I was just
I'm
about
looking
to say
forward to.
there might be, because they don't have any anti-tanking rules. I'm not saying that they are, but if the plan is to
Don't
do
put this
that,
out there, Abe. Don't do that. Don't do that.
so they can get Juju, I'm with it.
You know what type
I'd
of
say do
combo
it.
that is?
Listen, I'm
Man.
with it, because you know Fudd can hoop, you know Paige can hoop, and you bring in Juju, you might get mixed just before you even cross half court. So yeah, I'm all for it if that's the plan.
If they lose out this season, because mind you, they're 11-6 right now. She's going 19 points per game, shooting 50% field goal range, 41% from three.
Paige has always been like that, though.
Yeah.
So this isn't a shock. Paige has always been like this.
Yeah. Okay. Based on what we've seen from the NBA side, does Adam Silver do like? What does he do if it gets a little out of hand? Because based on what I've seen on the NBA side, it looks like he's going to let Caitlin Clark get beat up for a little bit.
No, because media is going to bring attention to it. They already have. And as soon as they start like pinning it as like she's being like targeted, if they start seeing stuff like that, that's when they'll have to implement the rule of like, hey, we can go back and review. We can go back and like call that a flagrant one or flagrant two or whatever, because that's all they're missing. Once they have that, because I'm not a referee, and I can't say that a referee is supposed to get 100% of everything right. I've never been of that, but if I'm able to go back and watch film and be like, ooh, missed that one. Okay, that was a reach in. I'll let that one go. Homegirl pushing her in the back or giving her an elbow in the back of the head. One of those I get to review. That's going to be elevated. And it should be elevated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I will, just to finish off your point, I do need Caitlin Clark not to cry as much simultaneously. Like, don't tone it down. Because yes, you're being fouled. Everybody's being fouled.
Yeah.
Asia Wilson gets fouled all the time. When you compare it to other stars, whether it be male, female, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You're becoming a whiner.
Yeah.
It's giving a lot of similarities to Luka.
It's not helping watching her in a like huddle with her coach, and then her coach has to like pull her off the floor, because that looks internal and that doesn't look like, you know, what we're saying. That looks like what the team is saying. So that's why it's looking worse.
And see, is she trying to become a villain?
I don't think so. I think it's just circumstances.
Okay, fair. All right, Mr. Rogers from the Lou, East Side.
What's happening? Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, you good? You good? You
come
good?
on,
You know,
man.
CPT time. We you know.
You know how it is.
You know, you get you outside dishing them steroids to the inner city youth and whatnot. Like I respect
Here
what
you
you
go.
do.
Here you go.
At least they're in the gym.
You,
At least they're in the gym. They could be anywhere else, but they in the gym with you. You feel me?
Here you go.
I noticed you started posting more Instagram pics whenever the steroid games popped out. I peeped that. I didn't know if you took that as a challenge, because I know you like to go all natural. Like, you can still go out there and then it's just coincidental that the games happened just last month, and then all of a sudden I got the the whole
just lined
swole
it,
from Ev on the ground.
it just lined up perfect. Just lined up perfect. Have you
know
seen
what I'm
those
saying?
steroid games, people? Like them
You-
dudes, they look so freakish. Like
You,
it's
you
disgusting.
saw that the numbers weren't that much different than the average athlete.
Yeah.
Or
So
not
it's like,
average, the regular professional athlete. I think it was a bust. We may not ever see that again. They would have to come back on some Bane type,
yeah.
steez, you feel me? Like,
Infusing the juice in.
yeah, like you have to look like Venom to come out
Wasting
there.
all that
'Cause the
money.
numbers, man,
Yeah.
that was tough. All right, man, you got a solo.
I don't think I have a. You know what?
That's okay.
For Men's Mental Health Month, I'm gonna say this. I probably said this as a various amount of times over the last few weeks, but do what's right for yourself. Love yourself. Take control of your situations. Set your boundaries. Set your goals. Find your identity.
And that message can never get old, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know the thing about that message that we all know, if a man is saying that out loud, that's a smooth warning of, yeah, he's finding himself and he will find his fist on the side of your jaw if you play with him right now. Do with that. If a man is saying that out loud,
I'm a little highly sensitive right now. I would say that.
We're a little volatile. We're admitting it. If a man is admitting it verbally, it's hey,
Yeah.
that's when we start acting like our fathers. Hey, that one, hey. Hey.
All right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right now.
You are right.
Okay.
The all right got me every time, bro. My pops would be across from, hey, all right.
Yeah.
How many eyes you get before?
Oh, it was one. It was only one.
There you go.
Because the next one was a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It wasn't a number count.
Yeah.
It was a letter missing. When the L in all right disappeared.
Oh, it's all right.
you were on borrowed time.
Yeah.
Because he don't speak without proper pronunciation. So if that L disappeared, hey, get the ducking. Get the ducking.
See, for me, it wasn't it was how they said my name. So as y'all know, I'm a junior. I'm named after my father. So in the house, my name was just Junior. So it was the tone and how long they held the R and
Junior.
the O. There you go. When it go. Matter of fact, yeah, it wasn't even Junior. Of course, it's Junya. That's how
Junior.
And when they start to hold, and when they hold that A, they've been calling for too long.
Yeah.
We just highlighted another thing in white sitcom history that fools black people. I've never been in a house where your full government name was said because your ass already got beat. You know how they make it when they say the first and last name? There was no getting past the first.
There was no need to use all them syllables for what?
Yeah. Closest they got was you went from your nickname and then they called you your real name. That was probably the closest if you had anything like that. Yeah. Okay.
Even for me, it was still a nickname, but it like Ev said, it was the tone in which your name was being called because you knew what you did. And most of the time, you was already waiting on it. Like I'm coming home from school, trying to run to my room real quick. Like I'm hiding. Like I know what I did. Like I'm waiting on it. Yeah. There's no real surprise.
Really quick, just a quick answer before it is going to lead us into our first sports topic. What was something that you manipulated the system so bad that the house rule had to become the firmest that you've ever seen? Like mom or pop switched up everything, right?
Again, with this Vlad TV stuff, man. What?
Okay, I'll go first. How about this?
Yeah, please.
I can't remember what specifically I did to make my mom mad.
Okay.
But she went to Pops. And Pops had always said he don't take tongue lashings for free. He go to work, he come home, he want to mind his business. And when she in his ear, that means he got to come find me. Then the rule in the house became when I'm outside, you're outside. Don't matter
Mm,
what time of the day, don't matter
mm,
how long you out there, don't matter how
mm,
cold it is, how many mosquitoes are out. When I'm
mm.
outside,
So
you're
you
outside.
eliminates that problem of
Yeah.
mom and you running into it, so that way he ain't got to deal with it when he comes back. That's actually smart. Pops knew what he was doing on that one.
But you know it from 8 until
Oh
graduation.
yeah.
He one of them, he just kills time in the garage. He don't want to
Mhm.
be inside at all. He has a recliner that survived almost 15 years because he rarely sat in it. He stays outside. I
Right.
tell him now, you got the back problems you do because you've been sitting on them little mechanic stools for the, for the
Mm,
last 60 years, bro.
mhm.
So, you know what I'm saying? So you just sitting here watching. I can't tell you how many times he reorganized his tools. Not like we was using them. He was
Yeah.
just moving them from
Yeah.
yeah, that was mine. When I'm outside, you're outside, bro.
Okay. Off of something like that, I can say uh, I was bad at like cleaning my room. And partially because I was always on the run. I played basketball, I was on travel teams and stuff like that. So my excuse was I ain't got the time, right? So I'd come home, have to grab a snack, and then go straight to practice. Like that was life. So my mom would then tear my room up. She would go in there and, because I would take my clothes, like stuff them under my bed or like put them in the closet and shove them in there and just close it so that way it'll look the appearance. She'd go in there, open the closet, bring all the clothes out. You know what I'm saying? If I had food or plates or anything in there, she'd pull that out. But she wouldn't clean it up. She would just leave it out for me to see when I got back. So the murder scene was like right there for me when I got back, right? And then of course, dad got an earful of it. He didn't heard everything. And so it got to the point of like, you not going anywhere until that room is clean.
Yep.
Now, sounds like a normal rule that most people would have, but I'm talking about it got to the extent of like my responsibilities I couldn't go do because room had to be tidy because she definitely would let them know. So
Yeah.
that's definitely on that same tip.
So mine's I had one kind of like that,
Yeah.
eh, but it was with video games, and then I have another one about showers that I'm still hesitant to talk about right now. I don't know. But all right, but with I will say it for a fact because the shower one, I was probably about 10, 11, and this is when it's like I like taking showers. But again, I'm 10, 11. That's when you that filthy boy age.
Oh, F.
No,
Oh,
no, 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 no.
F.
Oh, y'all are sick.
You,
Y'all are
hey, you
Abe,
took
you're sick.
you
You're sick,
You
you took
Abe.
a
said
pause.
you know
You
the
took an
filthy
ill-timed
boy
pause.
age of 10, 11.
I'm
You
talking
the
about
one that
I'm
went
talking
that tip.
about dirty. I'm talking about dirty, just dirty.
That
Oh
was an
my
ill-timed
goodness.
pause.
And that's what I'm
That was an
see,
ill-timed
y'all
pause.
are sick. Y'all are sick. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I understand, but I understand where you're going though. But it was
Oh
one
my
of those
god.
things where, taking showers and stuff like that. I was bad at cleaning the tub out.
Mm.
Okay.
And because for me, I'm like, it's fucked up. But I'm like, nigga, I'm a kid. Like, you can do that, ma. It's fucked up.
Crazy.
Ooh.
You a
Fucked up.
bold
Ooh.
man.
I was a
You a
kid.
bold man.
I was
You
a
didn't know your
kid.
parents like that. You a
I
bold
was
man.
a kid. I was a
I
kid.
would have never thought that.
Mom could
They would have
clean
read my
it.
thoughts.
Whoa. Them words
But
that
well,
I never.
you know what? Let me take that back because I don't want. Well, I don't want to say it
Nah,
like that. Either
I
one of them could clean it. Either one of them, not me.
brother,
Either
your duffel bag was
somebody could
way
do it,
bigger
but it
than
wasn't
mine.
gonna be me. That's what I meant. That's what I mean. Somebody can do it, but it wasn't gonna be me. And so my mother, and that's why I think I said my mom because my mom was the one
Uh-huh.
who made the rule because
Uh-huh.
Mm.
she was like, "Little nigga, please."
Yeah. Do something with this.
She made it to be the mandatory rule where okay, I don't give a fuck who it is. Either whoever, as soon as you get done, you clean the tub and you come get me and I
Stock
inspect
and
it.
checking. Yeah.
Yeah. So and
Yeah.
that lasted probably about 2 years. And then she was like, all right, nigga, you a teenager, you grown.
Yeah.
You should get it now.
My parents brainwashed me. They knew I was a sports kid, so I did well with cheering, right? Like cheering somebody on. So they would come in, look at the bathroom after I clean it, and give me all kind of praise. And so you get brainwashed to think like, hey, yo, if I clean it, I get a pat on the back. I sure was. I'm like, Mom, you come see? Come see. Like, I really did this thing. Yeah, she had me brainwashed for sure.
Okay. Quick question. Just tell me simple yes or no with a little bit of elaboration. Am I petty? To y'all's 2 points.
Yes.
Little man was given an instruction to clean up his room, the bathroom, and help around the house because we got an event this weekend. Guests coming.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. Same thing Pop said. I was minding my business, sitting at this very desk, working. Then someone came around the corner, happened to be the lady. He didn't clean his room. I was like, whoa, why are you yelling at me? Hold on a second. So go back there, look. It's not clean. So I ask you this. Is it petty if I clean the house in his all-white forces?
All right, man. That's like Brandon Marshall petty.
Coming from someone like myself.
And I love sneakers too, Abe.
Yeah.
Hey,
these right here
Hey,
ain't been worn.
Ellie was talking about the ones.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, and that's why I said that's Brandon Marshall petty. Like when him making him kid run at 3 a.m. You I know your son loved him kicks, and you finna say you gonna clean? Come on,
just
bro.
got
That's
about 3 weeks ago.
If you white girl dust him like with his white forces, that would be petty. But if you just wear them,
no.
If you just wear them while you cleaning, but you don't mess up the shoes, I agree with you. Just because you want him to see that visual.
Yeah.
But if you mess his stuff up, like you see them old grungy Air Force ones that be all, that's why I said the white girl ones where you see them and they look like they've been around for like 4 years. You do that to his forces, yeah, that's petty.
It wouldn't be grungy, but if they got a crease, is that too far?
But my thing is, I'm not a crease person, so I wear my shoes, so creases don't scare me.
We do too, but something for the forces
white forces are supposed to be crispy. I get that. Yeah, that would be petty. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Hold on. Who bought the shoes?
3 times.
Who bought the shoes? Like, and when I say who bought the shoes, did he buy with like his allowance?
He did.
Okay, yeah, you wild.
You wild. Yeah, you act like Pops now. Miles.
Hey.
Anything in my house, I tell you, you doing that.
That's why you gotta ask the right question.
Good point, Ed.
Good point. I asked the crowd.
Good point. No, that was a great question. Yeah.
I understand. Well, speaking of petty, in response to all these shenanigans, NCAA came down and said, hey, all this buffoonery, these court trials, these NIL deals, you got 5 years.
Booker T, buddy. 5.
5 for 5.
Wait, what did Dave Chappelle? The 5th?
Yeah. you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
How y'all feel about that? Just for those that don't know, essentially the mechanics of the rule, NCAA came out and said, hey, look, you got a 5 for 5 window. Athletes can compete up to 5 seasons within a continuous 5-year period. Continuous is very important because people try to look for loopholes, right? So it essentially eliminates the red shirts, right? Medical and the freshmen. And because the clock starts, the way that they did it was it's as soon as you graduate or turn 19, whichever one comes first. You got those 5 years and continuous clock. So it's from the start date without pausing for any sit outs, dual enrollments, transfers, and all of that goes away. And then you have strict waiver limitations that they cut back on the eligibility extensions and hardship waivers, and we know why. Only exemption, it can be delayed or paused for the specific reason of pregnancy, active duty military service, or official religious reasons, which I'm sure you have to prove through some form of documentation.
Right. You can't just pop up and be a new religion this year. Right.
What's y'all's word on this? How you feeling?
I love it. I'm gonna just jump on it. I love it for the simple fact that it's gonna kill all these eligibility lawsuits.
You see my face.
I love it.
She's gonna jump on it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Don't
Listen.
don't
Not
bother me.
Ev calling me out from his comments earlier, but I guess we got to keep it clean with each other. That's on me. Pause. Big pause. My bad.
Oh god.
That's wild. That's wild. I didn't even peep that, so I appreciate it keeping me in check.
I'm sorry.
No, I need it. Not like that. Pause. There you go. See, I'm here. I'm here.
Don't be here. I don't need you here after that. I don't need you here after that.
Anyways, right? I like the rule because it's killing all these lawsuits, right?
Yeah.
You got Chamberlain out here who is just crying to get back one more year. And I understand you have the opportunity, you're getting the money to get, whatever advancement you're trying to do in your life. I get it. Go be in the NFL, man. Like you can go get drafted. It's not as if you can't be on someone's team. You got people like Carson Beck who went to several schools and all that. My biggest thing is the reason why I like this rule is because they already took away the 1 year wait when you transfer. You can literally transfer and go to another school. So within that 5 year window, you could be at 5 different schools. And you know what I'm saying? So like for me, that's why I like this, because if you don't have that rule for the transfer, you can just go wherever you want to go. Contracts are going to be stipulated based off of that. Then we all knew this needed some type of control. We didn't know what kind of control because it was just kind of going all over the place. But we knew it needed some type of control. And for this, it doesn't feel as stifling. It feels like this sounds about right. Like I do understand like a medical red shirt where like, you tear your ACL, but then you run into like a Michael Penix situation where the man has torn his ACL once every year for 6 years straight. You're just like, at what point am I supposed to just say, hey, my man, it might be time to just go get a day job? You know what I mean? I think it's great that he got the opportunity that he did. But at a certain point, we have 28-year-olds out there catching the ball instead of, a kid that's 23, 24, maybe going to the league. So I do like this rule. I think it helps a lot of the schools out with being able to just say, hey, it's been nice, and moving on to the next generation. I think this opens up for the high schoolers that are coming in, because that's another thing that some of those high school kids were missing out on because they could still go catch a 27-year-old. You know what I mean? So I think this opens up a lot of opportunity. Yeah, it was very crazy. Or going overseas and grabbing a 24-year-old professional player. Like, this is going to cap some of that. And that's the part that I like about it, because I feel like it's not too stringent. It's not too stifling. You have not exactly what you need, because I don't think it's perfect, but I do think it's in a better direction.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I look at it from the other side too with the high schoolers, because it's also the kids who reclass. It's like for you, your time is on the clock too for, hey, if you get hurt, for all you kids who reclass and jump up, like again, AJ DeMonster just did it, Cooper Flag did it. For you kids who, again, that's a risk for you all. But you now have 5 and 5. If you get hurt, which also now hurts your draft odds if you were one of those guys who are going to be a top pick, now other decisions come involved too. Is where now it does help everybody. It helps not everybody, but it helps the programs, and it makes it where nobody can just linger on forever, which is also like a part of my bozo of the week. Chamberlain, Brendan Sorbs. I'm sorry to interrupt this one out. So I'm glad the NFL canceled the supplemental draft. Fuck you, you gambler. I'm sorry. I don't get how you can gamble on games, get like kicked out, and then think, yeah, I'm gonna still go pro and make it. I don't like that. But anyway. I agree with you.
I mean, but that's a great that's a great question. But the only point I want to make on that real quick, Ed, is the NFL is the land of second chances, third chances, fourth chances, fifth chances, sixth chances.
Yes,
so
I just not right now. You wait a year. I'm going wait a year. Wait a year. Don't think you're gonna get it. Don't think you
I'm
finna get
with
in just
you. Yeah, I'm with you. But it's just this is the land of, do you have a body that we can use on the football field?
that's true. Yeah, that's not already concussed. Yeah, that's true.
We'll take that one too.
And even to that, you getting caught up in the gambling scheme still brings us money as the NFL because that's media. And we don't even have to pay for you telling me, okay, it's kind of the same as if you were a business company. You could fire somebody, not have to pay their benefits no more, and still make money off of them. That's what of course they let them gamble up there. Just don't be too loud. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with the new rule in the aspect of, hey man, some of y'all was just maxing out on FMLA. That's essentially what a lot of this was. This was FMLA but college version. You know, I saw someone say this is also the equivalent of what it looks like to watch people run for office in politics, when especially you see the ones that go for president. You already had a job, and nowhere ever do you just get to be like, hey, hold up, I'm gonna go interview over here right quick, but hold my position as you go. At least not out loud. Most of us would take a sick day or something to go. You feel me? So in the essence of seeing this, I think where my question comes up, I know that the effective date is going to be for fall 2027. For some of the situations that y'all mentioned, like especially like the overseas guys, or say if you didn't go pro, but you decided to go to school right now, but you're not 19, you're past 24, you haven't used any eligibility years, you haven't gone pro, does it still leave room for that, or are they saying college has to be 19 to 24? And I can see where someone's going to try that lawsuit, right? Like, you know, anybody can go and be a student at any given time, so why are you going to put the limitations on an athlete? And I don't know. My guess is that suit comes up in something like baseball, some a little bit more quieter, where they could test the waters. I don't think it could be a football or basketball player because there's too much media attention, and especially in those two sports. Not to take away from baseball, but I would assume if you were able to go walk on to a team, especially D1 older than 24, you probably should have been already playing semi-pro at minimum. So you're a name in at least because we all know the hoop community is very small. It's big, but it's small at the same time. Like if I don't know you, Abe could attest this. If we don't know you, somebody else knows somebody that knows you. Word gets around. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But I think this is perfect. I think there was also a very heavy influence from the pro leagues too, because they were the ones that were losing out on these last couple of years. This whole Chambliss situation brought that up. And if you don't get drafted in the space that you wanted to get drafted, or it's not looking good to what we'll probably talk about later, is like, oh man, what do you do now? If you were supposed to be first round. If Shador went back, say he didn't want to get drafted in the 5th round, and he went back to school, at the time you couldn't stop him. So I think the professional leagues had a little bit of nudging. Them judges couldn't beat that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see something else. And they had to make it 2027. I'm surprised it took this long. To truth be told, how many times can Nick Saban make a speech? How many times can Stephen A. make a speech? How many times can all these people say that? I'm really surprised it took this long to get here.
There was too much money flying around, so I don't think they were really too concerned about it. I think the reason why obviously they can't implement it this soon for like next year because they have too many lawsuits that are up in the air that have won, that players are coming back on, that they're going to also capitalize money-wise on. Like Chamberlain's going back to Ole Miss is big money for them. So they can sit here and say they've been fighting it and they don't want it to happen all they want. That's big money for them. There's plenty of players that have already gone through the lawsuit situation that are going to come back this year. And then that's where they're going to make the cap on it. So I think it's a mutual beneficiary like type of situation where they're winning, the players are winning, the sport is winning, and then next year, whenever they implement that after, I think it'll just be, like he said, a few lawsuits that are a little quieter, that might not be as loud, but they're going to try to do it behind closed doors, behind the scenes, and then hopefully make something happen to where they can. And it might be a one-off situation where somebody does win, but it's not going to be like now, where like if you
Yeah.
show up to the courtroom, you're in. They just want to see how serious you were. Oh, you're for real? Oh yeah, you can play. Like that's how it feels now. So if they have enough to do it like this right now, that's why this rule is being put in. They don't want it to be so easy.
Yeah. And quiet as kept. Once again, it's not completely. It's just one. They were the most recent. It's Texas's fault. Because how many times can you sit here? Not only you're going to Texas Tech, but just as a judge, just be like, yeah, forget this clear, structured rule of a
His
business.
money was invested with it too, David. Okay,
You know what
he
I'm
said,
saying?
I gave my money to the alumni. I'm trying to see him win.
And same thing, but we were as a state, it was just the most recent one because the Chambliss one is like nobody really gives respect to Mississippi. So that one's like, oh, it's Ole Miss. They don't expect them to win anyways. But for it to be Texas, again, for a judge to just be comfortable, it wasn't just him. How you just gonna say, nah, it don't apply? You don't own this institution. All you are is a donor, and you just say the whole is like that's crazy. And I think this also, at least aesthetically, we know behind closed doors, but it also aesthetically helps mitigate the politics affecting that, right? From just the idea of like the boosters, you're a judge, you went there, whoop-de-whoop. So it's like, it don't matter how much money you made, this is for everybody. Cool. Now, we'll see how that works, but I appreciate it. Let's get over to the NBA, man. As we transition to the NBA and we've seen some trades and whatnot, I'm going to start with who is somebody you think you could take one-on-one to take their job. You just got to hit one shot. You just got to hit one shot on them. Game to 11, they give you a handicap. You get 10 points, but they get ball first. You got to make a stop, make a shot. You get their spot and their salary.
It got to be somebody current.
Has to be a starter. Current.
Trae Young.
Has to be
current starter.
Ooh, boy, you was a little comfortable saying that.
I'm thinking size, I'm thinking height, and I'm thinking about the fact that I only got to get one bucket. He can't jump to get the ball while I'm shooting. So as long as I have a good, turnaround fadeaway or something, I should be straight.
So
He's getting paid, and he's intending to sign a really nice contract. So I'd love to take that one for sure.
Okay. But if he get ball first, are you forcing him to the basket or are you gonna let him shoot?
I want him to shoot something crazy. Okay. I know he can make it, but I need one of those to miss, and then that's all I need. I just need that one opportunity because I'm taking him straight to the basket, and I'm going to little man him.
Okay.
Well, you see, Abe is 6'7", so he can actually fucking.
That's why I said somebody. That's why I said somebody a little shorter.
That's like me. I'm 5 foot challenged. So
5 foot challenged.
I ain't never heard that before.
Compared to him,
never heard that before.
5 foot challenged. Compared to Abe.
Goddamn,
compared to Abe. So
please clarify because people gonna listen to that and be like, nah, he's like 5'2" or something.
No, I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10".
That ain't even short, dog.
He's not.
I said for this exercise.
I got you.
This exercise. That's why I was like, we talking about current players?
Current players starting.
B-Pies, goddamn. Brandon Pozinski. Just because I
don't
Just because I don't like him. I think I can stop him.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
What's the game plan? What's the game plan? Because you up 10-1. What's the game plan?
Man.
Because he got ball, so you got to get a stop first. Okay. You got to get a stop first.
Okay, well I can use strength. I can use my strength. He ain't gonna back me down. Okay. So I can root for. I can stop him from getting in on me. So that means he gonna have to take a jump shot. And I can close out.
When he misses, that's you.
That's when I go.
Okay.
That's when I go.
You know,
and I'm gonna bully my way to get a foul.
Yeah,
sure. He gonna be taller than me, but I'm gonna bully my way and get a foul.
Yeah.
The crazy part is Pods would make a mental mistake anyways too.
I mean, he already making a mental mistake right now, thinking that like he's the next Steph Curry. So yeah.
I know I know this gentleman just experienced success,
Oh,
but in my heart of hearts, I
you better
believe
not
I
say
can
Danny
get Josh
Brunson.
Hart out of here.
Oh, oh.
I
Okay.
believe I could get Josh Hart out of here. Him getting ball first is advantageous to me.
I'll say, yeah, he'll walk and check.
You know, I can give him space. I could give
But
him
the
space.
difference is Josh Hart isn't looking to shoot a jumper.
That's cool. But you know how it is. If I can give you space and you have to drive in, I'm okay taking the risk. I know I'm out on a limb anyways because he has strength. He is a defensive talent as well. I'm aware.
I think the
I'm
problem.
looking at. I'm
I'm
looking at.
just I'm only giving you this face because I'm thinking about like 10 other players off the top of my head that I think you would rather want to run up
Mhm,
against because
mhm.
Josh Hart does like to play defense
Yeah.
He does.
and he's bigger than you.
Yes.
So I feel as if you're not taking that into consideration as you're trying to get said bucket.
Because the first thing I thought of was even on the miss, those rebounds gonna be healthy.
Sure.
We playing miss change possession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Then. Never
Yeah. We
mind.
don't
Never
do
mind.
chase downs.
I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
very
No,
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so to that
no,
very
not
point though,
personal
Abe, that's
pros.
awesome spot. I don't want to say it like it's an easy bag. What I'm
Right.
saying is in the aspect of partially wanting the challenge, I just need one bucket.
Yeah, I got you. And that's why we're all confident in our answer. And I'm not
Mhm.
knocking you for your answer. I'm just thinking of position wise. I'm thinking
Fair.
you could probably attack a better point guard in a situation than that rather than letting Josh, because you're talking 6'4, 225,
Yes.
and his whole mindset is, I don't want you to score.
And that's why I picked him as well because we're similar height, 6'2", 2. You got 25 pounds
Okay.
on me. I can give 25 pounds. I'm also looking in the aspect of because it's hard to pick another guard simply for this.
Okay.
You got to guard them to get the ball back if you miss.
Okay.
And majority of the other guards got a burner.
Okay.
He
You're right.
don't.
Trying to keep up with them. I got you. Yeah.
He don't. So
Yeah. Yeah.
eventually finding a rhythm to get to my spot. If I could get he's going to give me a rebound. He's
Yeah.
going to give me a rebound because he can't shoot well. That's my strategy to it. But I'm with you. So
Yeah.
with that being said, none of us get in the spot, but I believe in us. I do.
Yeah,
I
for
believe in
sure.
us.
Yeah.
I know I ain't.
Yeah. Well, we're just talking. Yeah.
I believe in this. I believe in us so much that I can match the contract that the Lakers just gave Austin Reaves as the Lakers representative. Eh? How does it feel?
Oh wow.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
185 is
Crazy.
so. Here's the thing, and I am the Lakers representative, so I'm just gonna keep it a buck. We had to.
Mm-hmm.
The Pistons were coming with a 200 like plus contract for him. Like he wants to stay in LA. He likes LA. He's done this before. He's taken a discount to stay with us before. Same way like Alex Caruso was willing to take a pay cut for us, and we just said, nah, we're cool, which was another dumb decision. But like we didn't have a choice. We don't have a swing of picks to send to somebody to get a player in a trade. And most teams don't want to trade with us because they don't want to help us. So, we don't have anything super attractive. We have a couple of second round picks to send you with a player. Like the talent that we have that we can trade you if we sign Rui, that's one. But he is a free agent. And then you have like Dalton Connect, some of the players like that come off the bench that we all saw. Dalton Connect can score 20 points a game in the NBA. That's not a problem at all. It was just he was disgruntled because we literally traded him mid-season and then it got reneged. And then we was like, hey, pal, how you doing? You wanna come hang out? Like that's what happened. So like unfortunately we got put in a bad position. Paying Austin Reaves 185 honestly is a discount.
It is.
It's a discount. It sucks because it definitely ties up our money and we only have about 35, 40 left to sign a major player. And we still got to deal with this Braun situation and everything else. Like it's tough. It's tough, but we had no other choice if we wanted to keep the front court, or I'm sorry, the back court the way it is now with him and Luca. It's just we had to.
And I kind of feel like you had to too, because I mean, if you lose him, I mean, yeah, he performed bad in the playoffs, but Austin Reeves maybe not deserving of that money. He was a good player for you guys. So it's
I think
like,
he's deserving of 185.
okay, he's deserving of 185. So even if he, with him being that, if you lose him, who are you guaranteed to replace him with?
Exactly.
And that's why, like, I don't think a lot of people think about that. You have the LeBron situation where you don't know, you still tied in with that. You in an entanglement with LeBron and
Yep.
41 about to be 42. So he's gonna start still dwindling in his playing ability. So all right, if he's gonna be on the roster. So then you got Luca where he can get hurt with his strain of forcing of how he plays. Where do you have on this roster if you still want to be competitive? You didn't get Luca to not be competitive.
Right.
You
You
didn't
have to
have.
try for a championship every single year with a player like Luca on the bench. This is what's called leverage.
Mhm.
Because we sent him an offer sheet a couple of days ago and it wasn't up to par because he knows what his market value is worth. It doesn't matter what I'm willing to pay, what somebody else is willing to pay was a problem. So we were sitting here talking about let's pay him 150 for 4 years or 5 years. We were trying to get like a substantial discount, right?
Mhm.
And Detroit was about to back out the Brinks truck.
Yeah.
Detroit saw him as number 2 for their team because they need a flat out score. And
Yep.
Austin Reeves can get a bucket. When him and Luca were going crazy, scoring 30 points a game and all that other stuff, like that was him showcasing his talent. Like, this is what I can do if you move this old man out the way. Like, this is like that's what he was kind of showcasing and knowing that he was on a contract year. You know how players play.
Yeah.
This man is on a contract year. He knew he had to put it all out there. His agent knew he had to put it all out there. So he did. And that's why I'm saying I think and this is no knock to you, Ev. I definitely think he's worth 185 because if not, we'd had to pay him 225. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have had to pay the market because if they come with an offer sheet, we have 2 options.
Yeah.
Match it, let them go. And we don't have anybody else to bring in. So I'd rather deal with the devil we know than the devil we don't. And I'm cool with it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, and I'm gonna say, I think a lot of people, because I was talking to a couple of my friends who are Laker fans, like because, like with the idea, they're like, well, it's not a pay cut just because he doesn't have the 5th year. It's not a pay cut. I'm like, he doesn't have a 5th year. That is a pay cut because you can get rid of him faster. If the playoffs was a foreshadowing of what he could potentially end up doing in the regular season for years to come. You can get that player option out the way and trade him during that player option year.
Correct.
So I think a lot of people are losing that hindsight because they're thinking about the money, where it's like this is a pay cut in years since.
Yeah.
If he don't work out because you didn't have the leverage, this is you getting back leverage on the back end to go and pivot if he doesn't work out.
Because the other people, real quick, Dave, the thing that people don't think about too is that he's actually playing for 3 years because he's already. If you do 2, you get extended. Like they're not waiting to like, oh, let's see how that. No, and especially if he gets moved somewhere else where they then want to invest in you because they're like, hey, you're our premier player. They're going to give you an extension early. We've seen players who play rookie contracts who play in their 2nd year and have already signed their extended max. Teams are strategic because they're trying to get the money on the books now because the way the market works is every year the money goes up. So if I can catch you this year and I can get you for 133, great, because in 2 years you'll be worth 183 and I'll have to then pay that money or again watch you walk.
And the statement you have made, Evan, and I think I have a little bit of a mixed review on it because, like you said, it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. I thought the Lakers pulled the trigger out of concern not only just for what else do you have, but the rumor mill circulating on does LeBron leave or stay? Yes, he's 41, about to be 42, but he is also still a part of the big three. He might be third in this current situation, and you can't lose both.
Still could hoop. Still could hoop.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't lose both in that, because you can make a really strong argument. Austin Reaves did enter the playoffs hurt. He was only able to play 6 games. Do they make it to the finals? I don't necessarily think so. Could you have put up a better fight against OKC, especially when they have a main player hurt? For sure. And you can debate, maybe they win, right? Like, maybe you make a deeper push, maybe you see where this actually goes. And I think because the way that the Lakers were eliminated, you didn't have the game film to say, all right, I've seen where this goes with a loaded cast. Luka's playing, even though LeBron's a little bit older. You have enough to where Austin would have had to have shown his consistency as number 2, potentially a 1A in some games, but you didn't get that. So with the rumor mill going around, is like, I know you can't, but I also think you can take this year.
He's shown it.
No. What I'm saying is take this year with, just be happy making the playoffs, Luka, because this upcoming summer we could really get you something. Right? Because I don't think, as of right now, as it stands, that the Lakers, like, I don't think y'all believe y'all are title contenders right now. I think y'all are still looking for a piece or two, because that's why y'all tried to go get what's my man's name? Robert Williams.
Right.
Y'all tried to get Robert Williams. That one didn't work out. You're trying to find the big man.
We tried to get Valanciunas before the season started. Like,
you
stuff
feel
like
me?
that
So,
just didn't work
so
out.
y'all know y'all still need that piece.
Yeah.
Ayton ain't it. I hate I hate that for y'all, because potential wise he should be, but Ayton ain't it. So if you know you're still looking for that piece to officially put you in that conversation, which would have told you before this re-signing, you're 2 pieces away. You knew you were missing at least one. Maybe it's okay to take a risk. You show up, hey, look, you're going to get your money. The Lakers are still going to be the Lakers. You could still be 7-8 seed in the West. You might be able to make a trade during the season, but that's the other issue. There wasn't many other pieces.
Yeah,
right?
We were top 5 this year for most of the year, though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, but at least to like, say if you let Austin walk and he goes to Detroit.
Oh yeah,
right?
then we're definitely 7-8. I'm sorry, I missed that point.
Yeah. So you're kind of cooking that, and it's like it wasn't. He had leverage, yes, but his leverage was because of outside forces. LeBron going to the Warriors, that's a conversation. All that other stuff. I think they kind of, when you get a little antsy, like the anxiety kind of hits you. It's like the what if anxiety had a good 25% weight here.
Yes.
That's what I'm.
We sent him an offer earlier in the week, early last week. We sent him an offer, and it just came back on deaf ears. We panicked, but we panicked in a way where we still got a premier player. So it's not as if like we panicked and we were left with Kwame Brown. Like, we panicked and we have Austin Reaves and we paid him a little bit more money than we really wanted to. I mean, how many teams have had to do that over the last 20, 25 years? That's just a part of the game. And quiet is kept. The 3 players, Braun, Luka, and Austin Reaves, when they played together, because they only played together for a short amount of time, they were 20-9. So the proof is that they can get it done, together, but it's just going to look a different way. And obviously, like Ev said, with LeBron getting older and stuff like that, like, there are things that are going to play into this. Now, the one thing I just want to say real quick, LeBron doesn't do anything by accident.
Thank you.
Everything. Hang on. I got you. Everything is calculated. You didn't celebrate the 10-year anniversary when the Miami Heat won the championships, right? But you over here in Cleveland celebrating the 2016 championship with your old teammates, knowing that they need a piece like you. You don't do anything by accident. And we know this because we've been around, we've seen it in the league. You are very purposeful on the message that you send each time. I applaud you because it's poetic sometimes, and then sometimes it's a little janky, like that Miami thing. So let's just keep it a buck. If you're over there because you are fielding your offer with the Cleveland Cavaliers, let us know. Okay, you've been with us. We rocked with you. We gave you, I'm not gave you. You earned a championship in 2020. However people want to see it, whatever it is, it's a ring. You got the fourth one with us. Let us know. Okay, we got moves to make over here. We got things we got to do. I would love, and this is just me. I don't know what else is out there. I would love to have LeBron back because what else can we possibly do? And also, you're talking about a guy who's still averaging over 20 points a game. He can affect the game in many different ways. We're talking about LeBron. I would not mind to have LeBron on my team. Not for no max, but I want LeBron on my team. But if you're gonna do this like hoorah, ooh, look, I'm gonna end it on the Cavaliers dime, then go do it. But like, don't have us sitting here dangling, waiting on you because we could have made a move or whatnot. Because this is all gonna come down in a chess move. Either the Lakers are gonna go sign somebody for the money we were supposed to give Bron, or Bron's gonna go head up the Cavaliers when free agency starts. Free agency starts in like 3-4 days. The conversation has already been in there. I just want to know.
And
don't,
you know
don't
what
have
it
me
is?
looking stupid.
Because to your point, you know what I think he did? Because there was two very strategic pieces that came out. One you just highlighted, but I think that what you just highlighted is next year's goal. Him letting the rumors go around of wanting to play with Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Go get that last ring. Y'all get it together. Now y'all both got 5, and you both move up in this undisputed conversation. Then go to Cleveland and retire because you put the jersey in the rafters. When people go home.
So I can't let Steph get one more over me. So I'm gonna go win it with him, and then.
Oh, see, no, I
then I'm
don't
gonna
even think the processing of Steph getting one over him. I think it's just
Okay.
more the aspect of we go get one.
Okay.
Them being heralded as the GOATs is like we seen y'all in the Olympics. Everybody loves it. Y'all at the end of that era of playing with friends. I don't think anyone really cares, right? It'd be annoying, but LeBron's above. Not
But that's
necessarily
a conversation that you've brought up before, though, that like some might say that it's Steph's era instead of LeBron's.
Mhm.
So I don't, quiet as is kept, I think to your point, you bringing up that into my mind, LeBron goes and win one with Steph. So that way they can both have the championships together and it not be like, oh, Steph got one more over Bron. Well, he's definitely the Steph era. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And at the same time, it's you could trying to make that argument. Steph hasn't won since 2022.
Yeah.
Right. Bron hasn't won since 2020. We needed each other to win. And I think at this point, he's okay with that. That doesn't hurt any,
Kind of a bar.
What I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily hurt his legacy. You would have to get in the midst of this little media thing that we're talking about, the rumor mill, the GOAT debate of LeBron versus whatever. The amount of steps in the conversation you have to get to before someone lands the bar of, well, Steph beat him 3 times, already gets watered down with, well, he had KD. We've seen that argument.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's, in that essence, I don't think LeBron loses anything to go over there. Last hurrah, no different.
No, the fans will love it.
And it's the baton of the Olympics.
Yeah.
You just
need
continue
KD.
that way. Yeah, but and at the same time, it's like, nah, we don't. We could another way to just kind of step on your competition.
Yeah.
So I think they do that, and then as we saw, as they're clearly taking shots at Kyrie, that little sub story that they're clearly taking shots at Kyrie. You go back to Cleveland. I'm the hero. Look, Kyrie didn't even pull up for this. He didn't care about this championship the way that I do. So now you set it up where when they think of that 2016 championship, it was LeBron. I see the move, and that's cool. Like, I understand the strategy at this age and whatnot. That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. And because he's starting to put that out there, that mess with the Austin Reaves stands, like, that's crazy. So he left himself with 2 options. I also still hold out hope for y'all, Abe. I know it's highly improbable, but the Austin Reaves, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic pairing, triplets in LA.
Oh man, unfair.
No defense,
man,
but boy,
man. Go get you a couple of dirty players. That'll be all the defense you need.
You feel me? No, all ranges of scoring are maxed out there. Man, speaking of improbable moves and I guess interesting takes. Giannis going to Miami. I'll start. I don't. The 4 years that we've been hearing this rigmarole of Giannis is happy, unhappy, players meeting, 4 coaches fired. I really want to be here. Sign my brother as a part of the package. Matter of fact, give us 2 brothers, right? Lose a point guard, get in the champion or get in the playoffs, be hurt, blame somebody else that's also hurt in the playoffs. Like all of this. Here's my preferred destination. Don't want to go here, want to go here. Just to go be in essentially the same position that you're in now is some boof. It's some boof for free 99, man. You could have just did this behind closed doors. I don't know what he gained from this. I don't like any part of the move, even for the marketing aspect that we're aware of when it comes to going to some of these bigger cities or big market cities, Chicago, Miami, LA, New York. No one's told Giannis, quiet as to keep it a bug, bro. Ken Folk, you really not marketable. The voice don't go nowhere. I'm sorry. The little square me haircut that you got, it's not doing it realistically. That voice doesn't say Miami. Hey, I know y'all are laughing. Y'all know Miami. We've seen it from the 304s. Take it to the house, the Miami University winning their championships, getting all the Florida energy. Giannis is too clean and high pitched for Miami. That's all I'm saying. I think he had better options. I thought the Boston play would have been the best look, but I don't think Boston played ball the right way. And we've seen Miami be in the market for like the last year. They was going to throw Tyler Hero to the moon and just wait to see where he lands. Like we knew that, but I thought this was just some nonsense, bro. That's my personal take. What y'all think about it?
What you got, Ev?
I kind of agree with you got a front court, but what are you really doing like with the roster? Because you got to fill out that roster. You're gonna have to get some guards. It's just it's a weird situation. Like I don't think Miami's gonna be really good. Like right now, we're like, okay, you got Giannis, you got Bam. Okay, you got Mr. 83. Okay, so never mind. They're gonna score. Never mind.
They're the same size,
but it's just
they play the same position. Him and Bam play the same position, man.
I know.
This gonna be like a Paul George Kawhi situation where like you got the same player, but one of them got to play the bigger position than the other.
Exactly.
Yes.
One is a little bit more great example. One's a little bit more defensively inclined and one's a little bit more offensively inclined, but they cover enough spread. But it's the same position.
Yeah, it's a trade where, I agree with you, Ray. Where for all this Giannis talk and trading and him going back and forth, for it to end like this, for the trade package to be what it is, it was kind of deflating. It wasn't like, oh wow, yay! At least to me, it wasn't like, oh man, he got traded there. It was just like, okay, cool. Like I'm more excited about another trade, even though I still got less faith in that. I'm more excited about another trade than this one, but it's just like, okay, like Bam doesn't excite me, so it's already like, okay. And then it's like, well, when you look at the rest of your roster, who do you got? Davion Mitchell. He doesn't excite me. He's a great defensive player. He too defensive. I wouldn't score on him a year. I wouldn't score him. Never mind. You got Andrew Wiggins. Shout out to him, but he's getting older. Come on now. So it's just to me, it doesn't look like a good team.
It's not sexy.
No, it's not. You look like the same team Jimmy Butler was fighting for his life with to get where he got there.
The one with him on the side like this.
Yes. I don't think
he just was head down like, Lord help me, please.
But I don't think these two players have that same dog in them to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But speaking of dogs, that's the other worst part about it. Along with Giannis, you got Payless Kevin Garnett. Again, with Bobby Portis, you got 3 people playing the same position.
Yeah,
Bobby got to come off the bench.
Oh, for sure.
And truth be told, he could start in a lot of situations. Bobby Portis is a quality at this point vet to have on the team. But
Yeah.
you gave it. I'm also I wish, but again, same situation. They didn't have to give up Jaquez Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean,
but he plays that same position,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I don't understand.
And then you're
why,
bringing in Bobby too. Like you can't keep him.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you had younger legs. That's a budding talent to go give. Like I don't.
That was
understand.
growing. Because Jaime was hooping last year. So like you were literally growing in that position. I agree with the both of y'all. The reason why this isn't like, oh man, he got traded to Miami was because it took 4 years, right? So that this news is like what we were talking in the chat, like good, great. So it's finally done. Great. Move on. You didn't go to a contender. You wanted to go to New York, and New York got it done. So you definitely don't want to go there anymore, right?
That's
You're talking.
that changed everything. That changed everything.
Yeah. That changed the whole landscape of this. And the other part about this that I think we all need to just keep it a bean on is Milwaukee. This is not so much Giannis wanted out. Milwaukee didn't want to let him go. How are you going to fill seats? No offense to the players that are there now. Like, I'm not paying premium price to come see Tyler Hero play with Kyle Kuzma and Ryan Hollins and all that. I'm not. But I'll pay a premium to watch Greek play. I'll pay a premium to watch his brother get in at the last minute of the game. But like, I'm not doing that. And that's why Milwaukee didn't want to let him go. Milwaukee was the ex who promised him the world, who told him that they were going to get better, who told him, they were going to do that one thing he wanted to always do. Like they always kind of dangled that carrot in front of him just to be like, hey man, just hang on. And I honestly believe because he won a championship with them and he was already entrenched into the culture and the community, he was like, you know what? Let me give him one more shot. These are the people that gave me my shot when I came here. Let me give him another chance. But it just started to feel the ebb and flows because we heard about this every year. Well, like David said, like Ev said, he's happy, he's unhappy. Where is he going? Where is he not going to go? Like, come on, man.
This is your first time, not to cut your knowledge, Abe. Ev has been here before when I said this out loud, right? I refuse to let you utilize your intelligence and give it to them for credit. Them fools didn't think this far ahead. I appreciate you doing the science, but that's Abe's science. We're going to keep that right there. I'm not willing to give this to Milwaukee because while I'm not in full disagreement, I think there was another piece. I genuinely believe Giannis played this game just as much as Milwaukee played the game. This was a toxic situation. This is a toxic couple, which will make I will ask both of y'all. Almost similar to what I was just saying with the Lakers. Small market team, y'all got your ring. Mm-hmm. Could you not just let him go and take that season off of where you don't have primo tickets? Because there's a few things that I believe happened. And just hear me out. New York won, messed it up. But under that next layer, OKC and San Antonio look too good for him to try to say, I want to go play there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true.
But you got to remember too,
business wise, if you're going to do this, this is the only reason, because it's like, I understand Giannis can't say that, but business wise, as Milwaukee, you couldn't wait a year and go get some of those draft picks to you dig what I'm saying? Like, you could have got a draft pick for this year.
Right. So I'm glad you brought that up. And this is why Milwaukee messed it up for themselves. Because had they traded him 2-3 years ago, this new implementation of the rule that you can't go top 5 3 years in a row now screws you. Because if you would have went out and got a haul for him like Rudy Gobert did, and then you say, you know what, we got our chip. Thank you so much for doing what you did for the city of Milwaukee. Where do you want to go? And they get the biggest trade package and let him loose. They could have had a top 5 pick for the last 3-4 years, if not more. And now they're sitting here in a situation where they got some picks and they don't even have them protected. You're sitting in a situation where you don't even know where you're going to land. Come on, dog. You could have had the number 1 pick. You could have had AJ right now.
Hey, see, now that's where I was. So Ray, that's why when you started talking, when I was shaking my head, no. That's why I was shaking my head, no, is because what y'all are saying is right, and I agree with y'all. But they're thinking from a money perspective. That's why they wouldn't let him go. We did win a chip. That was our most profitable season in our lives.
Yes.
We
I
want
want
to
that back.
We want to keep that. And guess what? If we don't, but guess what? If we don't win, we need to keep making the playoffs, keep elevating, keep trying. Oh wait, Giannis, you now starting to break down, now starting to hurt. You starting to waver a little bit. We'll try to make you happy. Hey, we'll play your brothers 2 more minutes. But that's their mindset. They're not thinking about the tear it down, rebuild process because, oh well, that's too long when we got Giannis. Why give up Giannis to rebuild when we can just make the money with Giannis and hopefully strive for excellence?
Okay, I'll respond to that in the essence of let's move away from tear it down, because I believe the tanking idea has really permeated a lot of thoughts, especially within this last decade or so, because we've seen it blatantly, right? Let's just say, let me rephrase the question in the aspect of, would it have been too much to follow the small market team blueprint that's been laid out by both the Spurs and OKC recently? You may not get back to the championship, but in the East that they're in, you can still make the playoffs without him. That's more so what I'm like. You'd still kind of fill seats, and especially if you're making the playoffs, you're guaranteed to get those seats. If you're still looking competitive, maybe the first part of the season it looks a little iffy, but you're still somewhere from 5 to 6 or 7 in the East. Do that, deal with that for a season as the team grows. That's what we just saw San Antonio do. They missed the playoffs for the first time in 22 seasons. Right? They did get their rings. I don't want to bypass that, but then you look at OKC, what they did to build that up and just put a little bit of trust just for the small market team, because at the end of the day, you do have to accept you are Milwaukee. To y'all's point as well, there's 2 sides of this coin. You are Milwaukee. Game to the game, you got your one, which Memphis is still looking for that one. DC still looking for that one, right? Orlando still looking for that one. Sacramento still looking for that one. They're going to rebuild a team in Seattle before New Orleans gets their one. Like, there's so many other small market teams that didn't do it where they're in a position to have that start. All of them teams that I just mentioned don't have a Giannis to trade and capitalize on. And I think that's more what I'm thinking. I was like, it would have. I also agree with y'all. It would have been way more advantageous to have gotten this out of the way earlier. 2024 or 2025,
you could have got a haul.
Absolutely,
you could have got a haul.
Man.
After you saw what Rudy Gobert went for, you could have looked at somebody and took their firstborn after this, bro. Like, it's not even a question.
And then you saw what Mikal he went for too. It's like, come on,
that was just 2 seasons ago.
Like,
it's like, at the same time, you know, and that's why I also fall back to, I think the playoffs messed it up. You telling me you couldn't have finagled a Chet Holmgren and some picks for what we just saw happen to Chet Holmgren in the playoffs? Of course he's coming back trying to rebuild his
Imagine OKC trades for Chet. I'm sorry, trades for Giannis, right? And then they still go draft Mara. Could you imagine?
Because Chet's already getting paid. He's already getting paid.
Quiet as it kept, bro. I know we're gonna get into a draft conversation, so that we're gonna get there. I need a couple, like, I just need 1 minute to just get off on the Spurs real quick, because y'all are over there trying to get away with murder, and I'm not with it. Not with it. Okay. I don't know who let y'all get these picks the way that y'all did, but I want an investigation. Simple and plain. I want an investigation. No way in the world Reed should have fell to y'all late in the first round. What? This man was in the national championship. We saw him all year. He's the most agile thing in the whole college platform.
That's everybody else's fault. The Spurs didn't even do.
I was mad at the Lakers for not picking Reed. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got a guard, and I'm like, cool, but we could have had Reed. Are you kidding me?
And that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the Spurs waiting for this 4 years straight of great drafting. Now you got a couple number ones. I'm not gonna make it seem like
You were in a good position. Yeah,
come on. So it's like you take the short term loss for the long term gain. Even back to the Chet trade, he's already paid Chet get people in the seats, at least for a little bit.
Yes.
Right. Build around that. I think this was
you got
probably
Jaden
what it
Quintez,
was,
and then you got Taurus Reed, and I was mad at both of those picks.
Because they said, hey, you know what? Wemby can't lift weights, but we'll let you go back to the Monks. We got somebody for that. Matter of fact, we got 2 people for that.
but quiet as it's kept though, OKC went and got Mara.
That's
like
cool.
That was the greatest defensive big in college basketball last year. He's 7'3", 250. Like that was a great addition for OKC.
Yeah, but what San Antonio has done recently, and this is going to be one of those like it goes back and forth. Y'all went young, but once again, we went younger. Homie 19, bro.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Like I said, like I said, I think it's great that you guys drafted those guys because it shows that you guys are literally mirroring OKC. Like I told you, you got the Spider-Man meme. Like you're looking at yourself because you have a young, talented team with a superstar. And then you're only adding players that you are getting through the draft and you are developing in-house to help the supporting cast. As long as you can do that, because these contracts are going to get heavy. Yes. And you're not going to be able to keep everybody. So when that time comes, you're going to have to kick a few out like OKC has to do every year, but they somehow still keep the same core. Just like how? And it's just because of stuff like that. And we've seen it before OKC, but it's just the recency on that one where you get to see it in real life.
You know what's funny too? I saw a tweet. I wish I remembered the name to give him the credit to the draft piece of what San Antonio did while we're talking about trades. They said San Antonio realized they do need a real dark skin on the team after this series because De'Aaron Fox ain't in because he saw where the rumors
Jaden Quintez is definitely that guy.
Because they saw where the rumors had been circulating that they were shopping for Jaylen Brown. But from what I'm understanding, San Antonio is holding on to Devin Vassell, and I was like, you did your job. You knew you was on the trade block.
Mm-hmm.
You knew you was on the trade block. I don't think you did enough to justify not being traded for Jaylen Brown, though. That's just me.
Yeah.
You talk about an all defensive lineup up there.
Yeah.
That's just me, right? But speaking of anti-dark skin, Lamelo got traded.
Mm-hmm.
And he went. Lamelo went.
The YN.
Thank you.
What, backcourt? Yeah.
I seen a tweet. They said that they nickname Hit and Run. That's a cold double. That's a cold double entendre.
for different reasons. This is going to be. Oh man. I'm talking about the YN backcourt of the NBA as now, and all jokes aside, this is the most talented backcourt in the NBA now. LaMelo can absolutely ball, and Anthony Edwards can absolutely ball. Now, we look at LaMelo and we look at the antics and we look at all the other stuff, but like as an actual player, he gets your team involved. He definitely knows how to find your team, like teammates and spots, and get them to the spots where they're supposed to be. My only issue is watching like late game situations where Ant wants to just give it here and move out my way, and where LaMelo is used to driving the ship. Because I think bringing in someone like LaMelo will help Ant in those situations because he'll draw the attention to then be able to get Ant open. But I don't know if he's going to throw that ball. I think he might try to go get him himself. And rightfully so in certain situations. He's earned that to be able to do that. But I think that'll be the crossroads that they have to, find when they get there.
Okay. I'll say this just to play devil's advocate here. Do you think they saw potential where LaMelo kind of is in like the newer James Harden role? Because remember that time when Steph had said James never really wanted to be the scorer. He wanted to be the facilitator, and he just so happens to be able to score.
Mm-hmm.
LaMelo does like being just as flashy with his passes as he does scoring. And maybe he does relish in the role, and at the same time, because of the YN relationship that might be formed off the court, I don't know if Ant is necessarily mad at him for taking shots. I think Ant has been in a quiet way, kind of looking for like somebody help. Because once the game is on the line like that, he's yet to have really a player that, worst case scenario, if Ant has a moment where he doesn't believe he can make this triple team shot, despite how well he does that, I can at least drop it off to somebody. And Julius
McDaniels has been that guy for him, though.
But we know the gap of
Yeah.
1Bs or number twos on the teams to McDaniels, respectfully. Like as of right now, McDaniels is a high potential third player option as he buds into something further. Like we're seeing the development. I'm not taking that to say the ceiling, or I'm sorry, the ceiling is high for him. He's filling that space. But in a win now situation, which a lot of us believe the Timberwolves are in, or more specifically when we talk about superstars, and okay, we're hearing you. What does Rudy always say? We've been hearing you. It's been a few years. Now you got to do something. Him, Luka, a few of them are in that situation.
Yeah.
So we can wait for McDaniels, but we can wait for McDaniels while having a number two, right?
Yeah. I
didn't predict this coming when they offloaded Julius Randle, but at the same time, y'all know my sentiments on Julius. y'all know my sentiments on Julius, so it was like they didn't even have to get LaMelo for me to say that they were better without him personally. Right? Because again, you got McDaniel at the time. You have Naz Reid. You got multiple people that you could play. They could trade Dillinger if they really wanted to and get something. You know what I'm saying? So they had enough to where you can make something happen. Similar to Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards needed a second hand option. That's really what it was. So them opening that door, and you're stuck with Rudy. That was the tricky part. The fact that they were able to pull this off while you're still stuck with Rudy. Shout out to y'all. He ain't gonna play no defense though. That's my only concern.
The only thing, Ev, I want to kind of pose this question to you too. The only thing that I didn't like about this trade is Naz Reid. And I know you have to give up a piece to get a piece. Like it goes with each other. Like I get it. But I felt like because it was so heavily traded that like you could have threw somebody else their way and then they would have been able to like get it done. Because quiet as it's kept, DiVincenzo comes back healthy after next year. Then you have DiVincenzo to kind of make sure coming off the bench because you got your 1-2, you get your third with McDaniels, you find your 4, and then you've got Gobert. You have DiVincenzo coming off the bench putting up 20. That's your your sixth man of the year if he comes back healthy, because we all know he's a starter in anybody else's team. So I guess the question I'm asking is like, Naz Reid is the only way you get this done.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else you guys would have put on that plate and said, okay, I know he's worthy enough to like get LaMelo back?
If Gobert was a piece to use, it's him. Unless if you could use Io like as a sign and trade.
You just signed him to some decent money too. So like
and that's the thing. Because I'm gonna be honest, that's the one thing that confused me with the trade. With you trading for LaMelo, I'm now confused with you giving Io $112 million. I'm a little confused because your backcourt is heavy. Like Io's a great player. Like I love Io. Like I love him. He's a great player. But it's where
Bones Highland is gone.
like and like you got Bones. Like, and that's the thing too, is where, and that's why I say you gave up Julius, which again we know Julius, but front court, Naz Reid, front court. Okay, now I've been telling people I like LaMelo for Gobert. He might actually get Gobert offensively to be a little more inept. And that's the thing. I think Gobert will be a little excited. So I think that'll work. But it's just that defensive side. And that's where I say that's what scares me with this team. This team's going to be fun to watch, but it's going to be fun to watch in a 2K way where, they're going to put up a lot of points, but it's like they playing on rookie because they giving up a lot of points too.
Yeah. To answer your question from my side, Abe, I think Nas was the only option because of what Charlotte currently has.
Mhm.
As many guards as Minnesota has, Charlotte has.
Yeah.
Right. So with Knuppel being there, Kobe White is now coming out of his shell.
Mhm. He's your
How
new
many
starter.
Yeah, they just
how
paid
many
him
more
today.
guards do you need? Right. And on the other side of it, Minnesota got the safer Ja Morant.
Okay.
Does
That I have no
outside of that
argument.
accident hasn't
No
had
argument.
no other issues.
Mhm.
Same flashiness, same
Mhm.
help. I
Mhm.
also think, to your point, Abe,
Better shooter.
we are seeing that the outlier has ruined the mindsets for the people, specifically to these Achilles injuries post Kevin Durant. Watching him come back kind of messed it up for a lot, because now statistics are showing that we, by genuine names, Clay hasn't been the same.
Mhm.
We haven't seen Dame. We
Mhm.
haven't seen Tyrese. And then the first person to come back leaves the playoff series with a calf strain. On
Mhm.
top of Luka having calf strains,
Mhm.
Jimmy had a
We ain't
calf
seen
strain at some point.
Tyrese.
So
Yeah.
how many times can this happen before it looks a little shaky? We don't have nothing that says it is a high likelihood the way that KD made it look, because people forget KD doesn't have to go to the basket.
He's a freak.
He was already working. His jumper was his jumper beforehand. So
Yeah.
where
Right.
it was a little bit different. Yeah, Jason Tatum went, but you know me, as someone that went through the injury, my eyes are looking at it is like, nah, that's not the same jump. Not yet. Maybe you can get there, right? But y'all saw me in the chat. It's like, why come back now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why? Like, what is it other than ego is what I was asking about Jason Tatum in that situation. But you then exit, and that's why, because it's one of those, it's all or nothing. You can't really just nurse it appropriately. There's a lot of mechanics that go into that. Hip flexibility, hamstring flexibility, IT bands, blah, blah, blah.
Not to mention you've been compensating on your other leg while you're in the injury process as well.
Yep. So I say all that to say, out of the names I just mentioned, you know who's not in the conversation with them? Dante DiVincenzo. He was never the impact player of a Tyrese, a Dame, a Jason, hell, even a Clay. Right? So you can't start with the fifth being KD. You can't even be in that starting five. Right. So it's like, would I as a person that's trying to trade with Minnesota, would I give that up for a secondary option at his peak?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think it came down to.
And that's to your point and to Ev's point. Nas Reed has showed his star power in the last couple of seasons. He's shown that like he comes off the bench some games and stuff like that to kind of help them. It depends on like the strategic, the way that they're looking at the game. But like this is a starter for anybody else, and any other time that you have him come on the floor, I mean, you have a 6'10" guy who can guard 1 through 5 and then give you a 3-pointer in your face from 30 feet. That's something that doesn't just come on the floor, every other day. Like this is a actual player. This is a dog. And Charlotte is always going to Charlotte, but they are showing that they actually care about their basketball team a little bit. And so that's the piece where I'm like, okay, so you got Knuppel. He comes in and he kind of changes the landscape of things because he's showing you how you can play clean and you ain't got to do all this other stuff. He's just an impact player the minute he touches the floor. Got it. You've got Lamelo, you've got Miles Bridges, you've got Williams, and then you've got Kobe White off the bench. You bring in somebody like Nas Reed, that also changes your team like a lot, to where you can depend on him that gets other people open. So I'm interested to see how Kobe White steps up, because he definitely could have gotten more money, but he's in a position now to where he can prove himself in the next year or two and then go get that bag. And it's like, and not to say 80 million is not a bag, but I'm just like, as we're talking NBA terms and NBA money.
Yeah.
But that's the player I'm interested to see take that next step, because if Charlotte goes to get like one more piece of like a shooting guard or a small forward or something like that to kind of fill that gap, they might be dangerous. I think they're dangerous as a team now, but if they go get somebody else, they really might be in that position, because Brandon Miller's stepping up. He's becoming that guy. Miles Bridges has been there. He knows he can be that guy. So you go get a team around those kind of people and you're consistent. They scared us last year. They can definitely scare us this year.
And you know what it is? To add to what you just said, I think Charlotte won this trade. I think that all those players you just mentioned, LaMelo was the problem. You with Naz Reid get a clean mix. Naz Reid came from a team that they're all dogs. That's what Minnesota's whole thing was being a dog. And with his vet status, you sending him over there to play with Miles Bridges, and he can show him how to allocate that energy appropriately. Meanwhile, he's such a professional. Don Knipple could just be he can code switch in real time on the court with both. Like you know what I'm saying? Like having that capability is kind of crazy for them. On top of Kobe White getting to utilize him in the pick and roll, like the ways that they just expanded their offense, and they were already a threat. And Charlotte's trying to present as a more professional organization. Right. What we've seen in this past season, probably season and a half, is there's a few of these small market teams that have kind of been looking at things with like a little bit of a side eye, and they've been working to get in that conversation. Some of them have failed in their potential because right now I believe Charlotte is what Orlando was supposed to be this year. You got all of that talent. It's just not working. Where Charlotte found something that it looks they were already gelling. They were looking to be better than Orlando as is. They weren't even supposed to be here, and they're still swinging upwards. Right.
I like that comparison.
And simultaneously, you know what could be worse than Orlando? Looking like Memphis. Nah. If we actually want people to come in, and I only highlight Memphis because personality-wise, attention-wise, arguably negative attention, even on the court, LaMelo's more similar to Ja than he is to Paolo than he is to, you know what I'm saying? LaMelo and Ja aren't as much as we can say Anthony's wild. Anthony Edwards has never been an issue on the court, first and foremost. And his off-the-court issues are, quote-unquote, more normal than what we might get from them. You don't have to deal, even though LaMelo hasn't done anything heinous. The car accident was one thing. He's a terrible driver, yes. Still dealing with the lasting effects of what his dad did and how people feel about his dad. I'm not mad at LeVar Ball. I love when black fathers are able to do that in general. You got 3 boys to play professional. Super dope. That's not how the league is doing it right now, and I think we know that. No different than how John Morant's dad has played an issue. Like all these small market teams are doing some of the sciences, and I believe Charlotte is trying to place themselves in the trend of the OKC in San Antonio. They're not there, but that they said, oh, that's the path. Y'all laid out the blueprint. We start going there, and like you said, they just got to get a piece. I know LaMelo was involved, but Minnesota is in a win now situation. I think Charlotte themselves up for at least 3 years. At least. And so I like it.
Especially with the picks and stuff that they got. And I know we need to move on, but the last thing I want to pose a question to you two real quick.
They got
John Morant.
Don't move past that. They got 28, 29, 30 first round swaps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They got the OKC. They got the blueprint. It's just putting it through and actually getting the right pieces will be the question. 100%. 100%. I agree with you. The only question I have for you two, and just real quick, where do you want to see John Morant?
I would have wanted him in Minnesota. That's who I wanted in Minnesota first. Like I'd have never thought Melo. I'd have never thought of Melo.
Ja was going to jail in Minnesota, bro.
It ain't nothing to do in Minnesota.
Oh, no.
It has everything to do with Minnesota.
Yeah, it does. Because I'm talking about the team. It's either A, he's going to jail, or B, he becomes Jordan Poole. Neither of them are good options. Because you going to hang out with them, and then
he's kind of glitching. Ja, being who he is, can't go to Minnesota. Oh, you glitched out. My fault.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say it's like we've seen him in these situations. You can't hang around homies like that and think that you're not gonna get involved with the mix, right? So You go out there, you do something stupid because they're really like that. We've seen how McDaniels looks at people on the court. What you think he gonna do to you? You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to Bones Highland like that. You can't talk to Ant like that. You can't talk to none of them. Like he messed around and end up being a Draymond video with you falling on the floor. You know, like I don't think Minnesota was safe. I love it on paper. I know Ant asked for it. I get what you're saying, but you wear Sperry's.
I love the LaMelo thing because he's a better shooter too.
Oh yeah.
Not only is he a better passer and all that other stuff, he just may not have the athleticism that Ja has. But I think as an overall package, LaMelo's a better player. We never saw LaMelo going to Minnesota, so this was just kind of like out of the blue. I don't even think there was even a small inkling of conversation about it. But my biggest thing is like now where the chips have fell in the NBA, where do you guys want to see Ja? That's your.
I'm really trying to think about that too. Like,
guys need a team.
Because okay, I have to give a team because I know what Ja did. I also think there was a piece of the pie where they exacerbated the effects of his play out. Now I'm not taking away any of his involvement, but I don't think for some of the stuff that he did it was as big as what we have been seeing during this same time frame, from all the way to the betting scandals, the gambling, to the off the court issues, domestic violence, all that. Ja Morant wasn't in that realm, and his team was legally owned, but that's here. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm just talking talent wise. Yeah, we ain't got to break up his rap sheet.
Not, but what I'm saying is because teams obviously consider that. So I'm trying to think
for sure. But as a fan, that's why I'm asking this question. As a fan, I think you're looking at too much of the scope. Where I'm looking for a team. Where would you like to see Ja plug and play?
If he could get on the Rockets right now,
and Fred VanVleet comes back,
yeah, him on the Rockets.
So Ja's coming off the bench?
Oh no! Ja will start. I want Ja starting, but that would mean
Fred.
You're gonna sit Fred?
Yes. And because I think you're paying how much you paying Ja Morant, you're not sitting that. You
paying Fred. You'll
sit 80. You'll sit 80 million on the bench. You're not sitting 100 plus on the bench. 200.
I mean, Fred is getting paid over 100.
I think he.
I thought he signed a 4-year, $80 million deal.
No, Fred. That was Dylan Brooks. Fred getting paid.
What? Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fred getting paid for. Oh, my bad. Wait,
Fred getting money. Damn. What?
I'm looking this up for you.
But I'll say Rockets because I was thinking Alperen Sengun.
Fred VanVleet is playing under a 2-year, $50 million contract with the Houston Rockets. They carry his $25 million salary that goes over top. But his overall salary before that was over $100 million when he signed his contract.
Okay, so he getting 25. So yeah, see, he can be on the bench. He can be a good 6-man, and that helps. So yeah, Trey Sengun, and I would say get Ja Morant.
His contract totals $190 million. You're talking about almost a $200 million player. They paid him like a starter. You're not sitting him.
I know this is counterproductive.
Damn.
I know.
Damn.
I'm going with the team that they have right now. If it's just on the court, like you're saying, hey, Miami.
Oh, okay. Shit. Yeah. But how did they get him though? That's the hard part now.
Send Bam.
Because you got Bam and Bam Light. To be fair, yeah, you got Bam and Bam Light.
You're not getting rid of
Bobby and Giannis.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sending Bam to purgatory. He didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do. Okay, this is a business.
Yes.
What has Bam got you? You've seen the mountaintop with Bam twice.
83 points.
You got into the finals
twice and couldn't complete the mission with the proof 83. Hey man, it's nothing but love. This is just the game. We got to better you. Okay, I'm going Miami. That's where I'm at. If we bring in the personalities, I don't want you to go from fake buffoonery to like real Miami.
Giant Miami
nose candy.
Giant South Beach.
I'll tell y'all mine real quick because it's something I thought about a little bit earlier today. I'm talking with Pops. Toronto.
I don't think he meshes well up there. I thought about it too, but I don't know. Does he
I think
mesh
he'd
well?
do better than Miami. Shoot. Because he is going to be in trouble in Miami. But we're just talking about straight basketball with him and Giannis, right? That's a great pairing because then you can at least have your point guard. But I feel like Giannis has had a run of point guards that haven't served him,
Yeah.
right? He hasn't had a point guard that served him since like Drew Holiday. So like
Mhm.
I don't know where that's going to come for him. Maybe Davion Mitchell is the answer, and we just don't know it. But it's just to me, John Morant being somewhere where he doesn't have to be first fiddle is probably his best option. So where he goes somewhere to like Toronto, where they've got a Bi, where they've got a Scotty Barnes, where they've got some young talent that is not of the like paper slate clean. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And he can go be a part of a different type of like culture as far as basketball wise. I think that would help him more and be more beneficial than going somewhere like Miami. That's just my opinion.
Can I make a counter to that? Not
Sure.
necessarily a hard count. Brandon Ingram's attitude this past season, I think, creates a negative ripple effect that plays into Ja and that chemistry. It wouldn't even be Ja's fault, but
Okay.
because there's
You
names
just
that
don't
are
think they would
making,
mesh well.
yeah, well, more so, there's names that are making names for themselves in real time. Scotty Barnes was already hyped and he's living up to it, and he has so much more to grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think even with Barrett and them is like Barrett being the secondary piece. I think there's certain names, and Toronto is figuring out how to put that together right now, and we might see
Mm-hmm.
an exit of Brandon Ingram. On the
Okay.
other side, Giannis and Ja will be going into a Miami culture that has shown we don't care who you are. You shut up and do
And
how
that's
we want to do it.
and I don't
Or
think that's good for him though.
I think he needs that, man.
I know,
Because
I think he needs it, but you remember the show Ballers, right? Did you watch that show?
yeah, yeah,
You remember Ricky didn't want to go to New England because it was zero tolerance.
yeah.
And I think that zero tolerance isn't going to mesh well with Ja. I don't think Miami
Yeah.
puts him on the right track like that. I just don't think it
Yeah.
does.
Do you, is there a possibility after him leaving the Scared Straight program in Memphis that he might be on a better, you dig what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, he might be
you
on
go
better
from that to
behavior. He
structure.
might be on better behavior. He might be.
Yeah.
But Miami is where the better behavior is going to come.
Yeah, that's a crazy place. That's
Miami is where the better behavior is going to come.
that's like
I love you. We just talking, but Miami is where
You
the
know,
better behavior is going to come.
you know,
I don't see that.
you know when you get a stepdad that's strict but loves you.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. And if all accounts, and this is no knock to his character, who he is as a person, if he went to Miami and they straightened him out and everything was, I think that would be dope.
Yeah,
Especially for him and his trajectory of being a black athlete, the whole nine. I think that's great. But we're just looking at what we know and what's in front of us.
because
And it hasn't been great.
he would profit too because he has the most worn shoe on the court this past
Bro,
season.
the fours that are coming out look crazier than the threes.
Because I didn't even like the threes. I did not like the aesthetic of the three. It wasn't for me. But for
I
it to be the
did.
most worn, and the fours look better. I do think
Yeah.
the fours look better.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
competition of who else is coming, because K got his shoe, the D Book threes, I'm okay with. The Book goes minimum. Caitlin Clark got her shoe coming out. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like I think the
He's
fours are
marketable.
still out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's marketable if he's on
Okay.
the up and up. Yeah, because he can't talk to Eric Spoelstra like that at
And he can
all.
pass as Dominican.
See, this is where he loses me. There's that one right over the edge. There it is.
Give me the highlights from this NBA draft.
What you
Camera
got?
car. I'm gonna say camera car getting drafted to the Lakers. I like that. I really like that. I like camera car. I know they say he got some defensive, liabilities, but I like his play just offensively. So I was a fan of him, Taylor. So that's one of my highlights. Darren Peterson. Slick bozo, thinking you got the juice. He only worked out for Washington. So you thought you were just gonna go to Washington?
Swing and a miss, buddy.
Mm.
Uh,
The NBA draft will humble you.
yeah. Let me see. What else? What other surprises or things?
If I could throw one in there while you're thinking about it, the one I was saying, not a bozo, but just like the NBA draft will humble you.
Mhm.
Isaiah Stevens showed up with a $3 million bloom on his shirt and showed up in the room with everybody else because, to our knowledge, he was going to be drafted in the first round. He did not. He sat there the entire evening and got passed over. He was quickly picked up at the 33rd pick in the second round. So that's still a good place to be. You're still in the league, you're still in a decent spot. But someone to score 15 points a game at Duke and not get drafted in the first round. Me and Ray were talking about this earlier. Is it you?
Because what happened in your workouts?
Yeah.
15 points at
Like-
Duke is 25 somewhere else.
Mhm.
You know what was said in your interviews? You know what I'm saying? Like how you slide down that far. That was the question I was asking. What if his name is the one that kind of covered up, even like you saying the draft will humble you. Phelan Jr. was supposed to be top 15.
Yeah.
Him sliding to Philly is a great steal for Philly. Shout out to them. But also at the same time, Philly be drafting hella guards. Hella guards, man. You know, but because why would you have that? I don't want to get on the tangent with Philly, but that is a steal. You take advantage of that talent. That's cool. You going to the second round, something happened, man. Like something happened. And I'm sure it's going to come out a little bit later in the season. I think another highlight for me in the draft, man, Michigan was shooting them out 3 back-to-back in the first round. Yeah.
There was one in between us, but
it might as well be 3 because nobody, you know what I'm saying? It might as well be 3, man. I think that shows credit to Michigan as the talent pool that they had. I'm not high on Yaxel myself. Like high in the manner of I didn't see him being top 10. So I'm cool with where he was drafted, and I love him in Golden State.
Oh yeah,
like when I saw
play
the
ready.
pairing,
He's play ready.
So when I saw the pairing, I was like, you know what? I'm genuinely happy about this. I think he's perfect there. It's the perfect amount of talent around him. That's a beautiful pairing, and I think he buds very well. And when I say I'm not high on him, I wasn't high in the manner of when I'm thinking of NBA talent, there was a couple people where I've been vocal about is like, I think you are great there. I think you downgrade to good. You could be great in the NBA, but you downgrade to good in the NBA. You're not coming in as great as they're touting you. I still stand on that with Cameron Boozer. I really do. I don't know if his bag that he currently has translates to the league that we know now. Even as we're starting to see teams go get more size. Memphis got size. The Alex Caravan being drafted. Mara, all the size is coming back, yes, but those guys also have a better touch than you, a better jumper than you. Like
I can see Cam though. I can see Cam though because he can slim up a little bit and just shoot the shot.
Okay.
He's shown that in the pros that he can shoot. So he slim up a little bit and just get that jumper going. And I don't even think he has I'm not saying slim up like he's Jokic and having to turn around.
Yeah.
He is a bigger, stronger person. But if he develops that jumper the way he was trying to extend it in Duke, I think he can fit into that 4 spot. He'll just be a bigger body. So that's probably the only one that go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, are you saying he completely changes his game? Because that's kind of what
No, I don't think because he showed glimpses of his game, but I think it's what you have to do as the strategy of the game. Cameron was bigger than most other people that he was going up against. You and I, Ev knows, any coach you've ever had, literally, if you were the bigger player, they tell you go through his chest. They say go inside, go get a bucket. I think Cameron showed us a small sample size because that was the position that he was mainly in. He was always bigger and stronger than the person that he was going up against to get to the paint. And that was Mara, even when they played Michigan. That was Johnson when they played Michigan. He was the bigger, more physical player, and he showed that on a consistent basis. But in those small glimpses, he would show you the three ball. I didn't see too many jumpers from inside the three, so I do understand your point there. But like he
Yeah,
did show you that he could make a range of shots. I think as long as he develops that shot into being that 18 to 30, 24 shot happen, I think he can still make it work in the NBA. I do see your holes and like what you're talking about in his game, but I think it's because of the situation and the team that he was in. You have Edie down low. You don't need to be in the paint. He
Yeah.
can be
right.
outside knocking down that jumper and be like a Scotty Barnes.
But see, it's not okay. It's not even just so much that you have Edie. They essentially developed a team where his biggest strengths, him being strong, being down in the paint, is null and void. Remember, they still got Taj Gibson. I know he's older, but they also just got Isaiah Stewart.
Oh shit.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did just
I forgot
so
about that.
like
What is up with these
now-
teams getting just like 30 people of the same position? I
you
don't
feel me?
understand
So,
it.
so
Yeah.
now it's like for Boozers, like to what you're saying, you only have the option of developing that jumper, and if that doesn't work, then what? Like he
Where
fell
do
in
you
an
fit?
unfortunate situation to me. He could have did all of that in a lot of other places, going to Memphis in the situation, and they're actively in the trade market because you're not going to get the outside jumpers as much the way that Scottie Pippen Jr. is developing.
Right.
Like that, he's going to garner some shots. Are
Right.
you automatically starting over anybody else? Are you starting over Aldama out the gates?
Probably.
You think so? Okay.
Probably. Just because of how high they took him. Probably.
Like you have to, because Aldama it showed when Edie
If
went
I
down.
don't have Ja Morant on the floor, I got to put Cam Boozer on the floor.
That's fair. That's
I got to put the money out there somewhere, baby.
That's fair. I am not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Any other draft takes?
I think Caleb Wilson is going to be a star.
Nice.
I do.
I think a lot of people agree with you on that. I think they see the ceiling very high for him.
Yeah, I think Chicago is a great landing spot for him. Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: Chicago, they all need to get their ass in the gym and shoot. That roster, that makeup, that roster right now does not have a lot of good jump shooting, so they need some work. But I like to see what they're gonna do in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Jamel hasn't seen the win since '96.
He ain't gonna see one for a while.
I'm sorry, '98. The Bulls won in '98. He's going on almost 2 decades.
Yeah, he ain't gonna see one for a while.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap out with the segment, the news segment. Look at you, emotional. I gave y'all the question in the chat for the fellas. Let me just hear y'all out. What is the thing or things about your pride that stops you from trying something new and or risky?
My pride, I would say, I want to say my failure. Oh, hold on, no, hold on. I don't want to word this because I know exactly what I want to say. My pride won't let me fail, so it'll let me stay comfortable.
That's a bar.
Because that's a part of something that I'm dealing with now. Like everything I'm dealing with is comfortability versus the risk of failing. So
okay,
that's pretty self-explanatory.
what is the work through process of that, or is it you're discovering it and you haven't put pin the pad on the game plan yet, which is all right too. At least you're saying
man, it's no. I'm gonna be real. It's just gotta say fuck it and do it. That's what it is, man. It's the gut. You know, it's because it's one of those things you realize the longer you go, you're gonna just keep saying, "Oh, you're just gonna be stuck." So it's just go for it. Especially when you get the feeling of, all right, I got to. Because I know it. Once you acknowledge it, that's when it's action time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot. I think in this question you just asked, I think that's where a lot of people struggle is the acknowledgement of that answer, answering that question you just asked, being able to acknowledge it. Because the moment you acknowledge it, you now got to do something about it.
Yep.
So, and thank you for answering that question. Honestly, that's a great question.
Yeah. because all of these are supposed to be questions that we already got the layer out the way. The first step is admittance.
Yeah.
Every single question, we already admitted what it is within the question. So let's you know what I'm saying? Push that. And that's also fair because I also thought about it too. I didn't want to ask a question to where we could just be like, oh man, what's something that's stopping you from progressing? And all of us just say our pride. And duh, because we meant that's the reason. That is question, obviously. But what about that? Like what, you know, because pride comes in different ways. You feel me? So I think for mine, it's putting something out there to others and not completing the objective, or better yet, having to hear it a little bit later on and like, hey man, what happened to that thing you said you was gonna do? I'm not cut. I'm building the threads as we speak in the manner of, yeah, man, maybe something fell off, or maybe something didn't work out the way that it did, and that could be okay. And at the same time, if they're saying that to you, what did you do? Like, you know, don't get, I don't want to get too lost in the embarrassment process. I should be more focused on, now that you mention it, like I was slacking, or I tried it, it didn't work, and even then it's hard for us to say that, but I also feel like that's the safety net for me, and for sometimes us as men, is like, oh yeah, I tried it out and it didn't work. And then usually there's a little hint of some exaggeration. Oh, you know, like the sun was too bright that particular day. You know, you gotta go outside, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we'll say something stupid to where it's not solely us. Or it's not solely me. It's like I'm not the main person that said the goal, and the goal only happens if I do something. We that little wiggle room of what excuse I could plug in to not put my name there,
right?
And then hear that, like that's where I'm at. The work on it piece is more of, if I say it right now, I have to start right now. That's what I'm trying to push myself to do. If I said it out loud, within the first 10 minutes, I need to either look something up or have a game, like not even a hard press game plan of like, I got it, I could do this right now in this moment. If I said like, okay, I'm trying to go play for this tournament for basketball, it's like in this moment, I'm gonna at least do 3 sets of 50 push-ups, and then just hold the ball in my hand, just hold the basketball. You feel me? Like something like that. Whatever it is, if I said it, I got to do something right now. Because once I start, I have to go through with it. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I think just kind of, because I feel like we're floating all around the same thing. Fear. For the fear of failure, or the fear of not completing that task, or the fear of rejection, you know, whatever that looks like for you in your pride in that moment. So whenever you're in your comfort zone, you don't feel uncomfortable, you don't feel that pressure of completing the task, or, you know, facing that head on, or anything like that. You can just exist. So I think for me, and probably, you know, others out there, but it's just the fear-based point, because you want to make sure that, you know, what you can control, or what you feel like you can control, you want that to feel comfortable.
So let me see if I could push the issue a little bit further for you, because yes, you're right. It's always rotating around fear, and the pride piece is also it's like a safe catch-all for it. In both of those, though, in tandem with the failure, those 3 words is what's going to be in the general pot for everybody. Yes.
Right.
By the time we hit our 30s, usually we found a few things that we're okay with being rejected, failing on, and whatever, and we can chalk it up and have no issues with the pride.
Right.
So I'm keying in more on, what are the things that you haven't accepted about that? Like there's losses, as long as you and I have known each other. Like there's certain losses that I've seen you in younger 20 mode where you like, nah man, can't do it. And then it gets to the point where essentially all of us kind of in a roundabout way go, fuck it, that's okay, that's me, or that's who I am, or dad's bloodline, or something like that. We put certain ones in the category of game be the game, ball up top, or we're even at the point of laughing about it. Then there's some where it's just like, nah, this still This still ain't it. This one over here, my pride hasn't developed the callus or even any type of thing for that. Do you have something, or if you don't have one specifically, what is something that you evolved out of where it's not the same weight that it once was 5-10 years ago?
I wasn't prepared for a follow-up on that one.
That's how we push conversation.
Yeah, but I feel like that's something I just need to think more on. Or to be continued, because off the top of my head, I got it. I understand that, but like I said, that's why I led with fear, because that was something that applies to just kind of everything. Pinpointing to it, I don't really have anything right now.
Okay. Ev gave an answer, so you saved this round. Ev. But I know a little bit more about Abe, so I'm going to ask guided questions. In the time frame that I've known you,
DJ Vlad,
you know, in the time, I'm not going to put you out there, you know, and this is your prize, so he gave me the game. In the time frame that I've known you, you're well traveled. You've seen a lot of places, you move around, so that's not an issue to go into a new environment, right? In the time frame I've known you, you've taken what was initially the goal for why you were traveling and transitioned that into being more consistent, being stationary. You're not as jumpy as you once were.
Mm-hmm.
What changed in you? Don't give me the outside factors. What changed in you? Because you had to accept something in order to allow those outside factors to, you know, be embraced.
And this is where I'm coming from with the fear-based, right? So I was well-traveled to a certain extent before, and now I'm different now because I don't allow myself to be afraid of what maybe my family might have been afraid of. So I know there are certain people within my own family that haven't made it outside the States. And there's certain people inside of my family that haven't really covered 2 or 3 states outside the state they lived in their entire life. So I wanted to be different in that because my family brought me up to see that. My family took me different places and, you know, out of the country and stuff like that. So that way I could see that there is more to the world than just what's outside my front door. So for me to be able to go to some of these places that I thought I'd never go, is one, just kind of like you guys saying, fuck it, letting it go, because at a certain extent, I can only control so much.
Yeah.
My control factor of trying to make sure I control everything has changed, because I can only do what I do and the rest is up to God, and I got to figure everything else out. So I'm a firm believer that faith without works is dead. So if I don't try to do my part so that way I can let him lead the rest, there's nowhere for me to go. So the change that happened inside of me was letting go. Letting go of trying to control every element that's outside, trying to let go of, you know, oh man, like what happens if I go here, and looking up the crime rate. What is all that for? That's not helping me. That's giving me more anxiety than, you know, would have been just going on the trip. So I think it's, you know, now don't get me wrong, I ain't going certain places right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I ain't stupid, you know what I'm saying? But like I may have been leery just because, you know, oh, there's a culture difference, or, you know, I'm not sure if I don't speak the language there. This may not, it's not really anything that I'm worried about now.
Yeah. And see, because even to your question, that we gonna get to it. Not all of them are gonna be as serious. It's okay now. I will tell you, if I have to start that charge, by the time you get to your 30s, I want us to be able to say, I have evolved and I'm too bougie for that. Whatever that is, I don't care what you say. I'm trying to level up, and there's nothing you could tell me to ever go back to that. Right.
Yeah.
And also simultaneously, what brought this question on was I was trying to push us to start saying something, because once you say it out loud, to defeat the usual norm of a man where we change because we got punched in the face, to stop doing that and waiting for the punch to come and being hard-headed all the time is like, hey, I notice this about myself, and if I got the blueprint for this, I don't have to wait until I got sat on my ass to switch that. And unfortunately and fortunately, with the blessings of living into our late 20s, 30s, as we see what's going to develop with future self, potentially future families, and all that good jazz, you may not have the wiggle room to be punched in the face again. So instead of waiting, like you were saying, Abe, for that ball to drop, or what if this is what it is right now, and if you're comfortable with some of these things, maybe it's a lot easier to be like, once that moment happens, because that's the tough part. And Ev was here for this when I was telling us in the Men Suffering in Silence episode, we don't know how to talk about the good stuff. Can't call your homie and be like, yo, man, I just had a dope ass day. That's all I wanted to say. They'd be like, all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you can't say that, then what makes you think you could say the tough stuff out loud? That question that Ev, no, it wasn't. I asked, Ev responded. One of the homies that sent me a thing where there was a clip. A dude was saying, like, what if I bought you for your birthday? What if I bought you a cake? How would you feel? And every one of them answered like, you gonna buy me a what? Like, boy, get off my phone. Stop playing. And it was like, well, it's funny. Yeah, man. What if I bought you a cake? How would that look? And don't get me wrong, Gabe, I know you answered. That's dope. You would do that. I'm still in that phase. I don't buy me no cake. Like, I'm still
like, that's sad, bro. Like, that's,
I get the sentiment. I do get the sentiment, because we would feel a way if a homie was trying to do something nice for us, because it feels like it's a handout. It feels like I'm taking from you, whatever the case may be. So we can't accept the joys. What makes you think when the pride start kicking in? Yeah, you're not prepped. So have this conversation out loud. And Ev, you missed it, but that's it. Notice how I did the tie-in. At the top of the episode, we was talking to younger us. Okay. The question was, Ev, I'll get, because you know what, to be fair, that's how we're gonna wrap it up. You can end the pod with the beginning. We bring it full circle. The question that I asked to start the pod was, if there was a childhood character, or from your childhood, what character that you grew up watching or you idolized, whatever the case may be, would adult you still dress up as with childhood you? Abe said Darth Vader. I said the Green Ranger. Who would it be for you?
Fuck you for taking the Green Ranger, but
because you weren't here, nigga. Take the white one.
But actually, no, I don't even want to take neither one of them. I'll take because realistically, either Peter Parker or Ryan Steele from VR Troopers. Because I actually realistically, I like VR Troopers more than Power Rangers.
Fair.
Realistically, but Ryan Steele, like, Ryan Steele. Because he dressed just like Tommy, like, realistically. But
that's also fair.
So Peter Parker or Tommy, because Peter Parker is who I really resonate with from my childhood. So
I love how, again, see, this is how I know we working through things as men, because what did I tell you, Abe? All of us pick somebody with a history of violence.
Yes.
All of
He
us
did say that.
with a tad bit of a little bit of an evil streak if it gets there. And Peter Parker had a few of them timelines where, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Well, we appreciate y'all being here, man. That was a mix and match episode that I feel like I have fun with, and I appreciate the fellas. So if you appreciate the fellas as much as I do, follow us: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter at Keep It Clean Show, Instagram at The Keep It Clean Show. We have everything from prideful moments, the downfall of pride, to pause moments, as we saw this episode. This is the first time Abe got caught slipping. This is the first time you got caught slipping, man. You gotta watch it.
I'm glad
you gotta watch that, bro.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
You know what I'm saying?
I was tripping.
Ev got some highlights on this channel that is like, yeah, man, everybody.
He's waiting for his opportunity to call somebody out.
I got it.
And I'm glad I was the guy for you. There you go. Pause.
Oh, hey, man, you know, but no, yeah, man, you know, I'm glad I could pop your cherry, you know.
Wow,
crazy work.
Cut this.
We can't make that the closing statement, man. What's
we really can't. Hey, peace, love, and hair grease. We out. My God. I'm sorry. I'm about to leave. I'm tired of y'all.
I have no closing statement.
It's cheaper to wrap up. It's cheaper to wrap up if you don't love her. That's my closing statement.
I apologize. That's my closing statement.
It's a Keep It Clean Show, man. We is out.
Whatever, man.